Hello, 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 hello. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? It's Saturday night. It's Saturday night. Did I turn my lights on? Yeah, the lights. Why is it? I really gotta. Somebody on a member of the community who I'm okay with you DMing me. Some point tomorrow around noon, at me on the Discord. This is an open for everyone. Okay, everyone who thinks they won't incur the wrath of a banhammer. Tomorrow around noon EST, at me on my Discord. I'm giving you permission, and just say, go buy a light. Okay? Because I keep forgetting, I gotta replace my main light. My main studio light has been burnt out, and I replaced it with just a regular light bulb, which isn't bright enough. So like the stream is just like dark, and I keep forgetting every time I go out. I keep forgetting to buy a light bulb. There we go. Move the yeah, because there should be a fill light. As you can see, that is not as bright as it should be. That should be like brighter than that. And as you can see, it's not that bright. So yeah. So this light. Set a reminder on my phone. Why set a reminder on my phone when I could just have like a Discord with a couple thousand people on it just at me all at once? Community engagement. Speaking of community engagement, I got the Pruses up on the wall. So we have the Mark IV, Core 1, and Core 1 2. So I got both Pruses up here. I gotta move the filament over so I can actually reach into the side. So there we go. I just realizing the light isn't on that one. I just realized, is the light supposed to be settings? MMU unit, fan check, hardware? I'm just realizing that that LED light under the bed isn't on. Is it supposed to be on? Where is it under? Input shaper, user interface? RGB status bar? The RGB status bar ain't status barring. Did I forget to plug it in? Oh well. Chamber lights. I mean, it's not a huge deal. Did I forget to turn it on? I think I forgot to plug it in. Okay, well, we'll figure that out another day. A warmer glow. Yeah, but it's darker. It's darker. So how's everyone doing today? Today is going to be a nice, relaxing stream. We're just going to do, it's been a while since we've done a print and chill. And I figure, hey, since, you know, the last little bit in the schedule has been pretty busy with printer builds. We've had multiple builds going on at once. I think it's time we just kind of put a printer on the desk. We'll use this one because we just finished it. And tool changing is fun, so we'll play around with the tool changer. And we'll just have a nice, relaxing print and chill stream, I think. So we'll just get the printers out. We'll do a little printing. Printers printingly. And then, yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. Does that sound pretty good to everyone? I think that sounds pretty good to everyone. Sounds pretty good to me. You over here. I need you tomorrow. Okay, and you can just go over here for now. And then also, for those wondering, here's a Deadpool that we printed on the Core 1. If you're wondering how it turned out, I put pictures on the Discord and on the socials, but voila. Chin came out pretty good. Came out pretty good. Tool changing is fun. That's what they said. Yeah. So let's get these all unloaded because I cut off all the filament that I had loaded in them. I was gonna do some fun stuff and be like, hey, let's switch the nozzles out and do multi-nozzle printing. But I'm like, I should probably get more hours on this machine in its stock setup before we go and start faffing around with it. So somebody find a fun 3-color print I should try. What's going on with the Milo? The Milo is shelved until I can figure out where I can actually set it up with proper room. Simple as that. Yeah, the VFAs. Yeah, so many VF. This is such a horrible print, eh? I will say the fan on the ProForge is annoying. They have like a little fan on it. I'm probably gonna, this machine's gonna go downstairs. It's gonna live next to the XL on my bench downstairs because it'll actually fit on a bench downstairs. So this is gonna go downstairs, and I'm probably gonna take the fan that's loud and annoying and drop it down to like 12 volt. Okay, so do I need to actually, I should be able to do this while they're docked. Can I just, where's the button? Can I push the button? No, let me pick it up. Apparently there's a button you can do. Select tool 0. Oh, wait. Okay, home first. Okay. Okay. And then I can push a button and it'll unload. Filament unloading. Heck yeah. So it heats up and it'll unload the filament. Sweet. So we're gonna need to print some stuff. Another thing we're gonna have to print is I actually have to, I have a spool of buddy filament I need. Where did I put it? Is this it? No, that's not it. Because we got to print some stuff. I got to print the whatchamacallits for the spool holders. So we're going to get that printing. Is this the buddy filament? No, that's not the buddy filament I needed. I have a gray spool of buddy that I need. And I don't know where I put it. I had it around. Oh, okay. Apparently it's unloaded. There we go. Okay. And then we can turn you off. And then we can dock tool 0. And then select tool 1. And then unload that guy. Whatchamacallit is a technical term? Yeah, whatchamacallit is a technical term. It goes with the doohickey and the thingamabobber. Is this it? Aha. No, that's blue. Oh no, this is great. This is the one I need. Yeah, the whatchamacallit goes with the doohickey and the thingamabobber. Giveaway link is not live. 47 people have entered already for the filament, so it's live for them. Hit refresh. I put the stream, I put the link up live when I go live. So if you join the stream early, you may have to hit refresh. So yeah, don't forget, every stream we give away a spool of POLYMAKER filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. Do this now. I will say, it doesn't like to easily unload filament. Okay, and now we need to dock tool 1 and then select tool 2. I will say it's not as convenient as the Prusa XL is to unload and swap filament, but it's still not bad. Okay, let's load up printables. Let's find, what are we gonna print? What are we gonna print? We need something to print that's multicolor. I mean, we could print tux. We could print tux. Tux is, yeah, I mean, we could print tux. It's kind of boring, but I'll give you guys some time to figure out something else. Filament unload complete. Okay. There we go. Have a camouflage in the room. Yeah. I'm cheating on. Don't tell my gamer subs rep today. This is filled with iced coffee. Don't tell my gamer subs rep. It was actually somewhat hot out today too. So let's see. So we got a Raspberry Pi. I mean, that's kind of cool, but that's a very quick print. I want something that'll take a bit. We could do articulated koi. That's like 2 colors though. Yeah, we need something with 3 colors. Multicolor. Pikachu. Yeah, but we don't, we need 3 colors. 3 colors. What can we do with 3 colors? 3 color, most popular. I mean, there's always the Chelsea models, Chelsea's. Yoshi? Is there a Yoshi anywhere? Yoshi? I mean, if we can find a Yoshi, we'll do Yoshi. Yoshi! White, green, red. I mean, the eyes are... Shoot. That's like a 4 color. Pikachu is 3 colors, yellow, red, black. Is it? There's no white in a Pikachu? Pikachu. No. Yeah, yellow, red, white, and black. Yeah, there's more than 3 colors in a Pikachu. Just need to find one that's what's with the swole ones? Remember when there was that dumb period where we put the rock on everything? Posted a print in place MMU katana. I mean, we could do the collapsing katana MMU. The problem is, I don't know how, this machine isn't tuned yet. So I don't know how well this machine. There's a surprising amount of good models nowadays. And we have AI disabled, so we don't got to deal with shitty AI models. What are you guys recommending? What are you guys recommending? Got a platypus. You guys want to do a platypus? We can do a platypus. Platypus works. Heck yeah. Multicolor STLs. There we go. Brown, black, tan. So let me go get some filament because I don't know what we have in terms of what I actually have for PLAs out here. So I don't actually have a lot of PLA out here. That's Pet G. That is Tangled to All Heck Pet G. I'm probably gonna have to run downstairs to go get some filament. 1 second. Platypus. What are Perry the Platypus? It's like blue, orange, and what's Perry the Platypus? Let's pull up Perry the Platypus. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Never search for anything. Lie. Perry the Platypus. Yeah, so it's blue, orange, and probably a white belly, I'm assuming. Or a brown belly. Yeah. So blue, a brown belly, and orange. Okay, I think I have orange. Oh no, you're ABS. What about you? PLA, Prusament orange. Okay, let's load this up. Let's load this up. Does platypus have poisonous claws? They do, actually. Platypuses are an affront upon the Lord and should not exist. But they do exist, so it is what it is. There we go. And there we go. Load it up. Okay, so now we dock T2 and select T1. And now I need to get blue. Blue PLA. Do I have blue PLA out here? That is the question. I do have blue PLA. Polylite PLA Pro. I mean, a teal would be nice. I'd have teal. Oh, this is gonna be waterlogged. No, that's ABS. Do I have teal? What else do I need? What else would I need? What color are we doing his belly? What color are we doing his belly? We're printing a platypus, but we're doing Perry the Platypus colors. Should I go with brown? I'm thinking of brown. Because either no, his belly isn't brown, his tail's brown. So I'm thinking of brown, and I need to go find a teal. Ooh, you're teal, but you're probably a pet G or an ABS. Yeah, you're an ABS. Do I have a teal? I don't have a teal out here. What are you? Yeah, pet G. Tan. Yeah, let me go run downstairs and see what we got downstairs for colors. I will keep talking. You should still be able to hear me. Maybe, hopefully. So just don't run straight downstairs. Teal. There we go. Tan. Ooh, do I have tan? I don't know if I have tan. I have gold. We could do gold. Like a copper. Because otherwise it's like yellow. I don't have tan. I don't have tan. I have wood. I don't know if it's wood fill or if it's just wood. You know what? We'll just go with wood. Why not? I don't know if it's wood fill though. I think it's wood fill. Wood fill, you need a hardened nozzle, right? It's abrasive. Is it? No, it's wood. You know what? Screw it. We'll just go with it. It's one print. What's the worst that'll happen? It's the worst that'll happen. Okay. So we got wood. This is like the only tan color I have is wood. Okay. So we got some Polyterra PLA, which I'm not a huge fan of because it is a little on the, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. There we go. You really got to push it up in there. There we go. Okay, now we dock T1 and select T0. And then duck season. Is this wood fill? I think this is wood fill. I mean, it'll be fine. I don't think I've ever actually used wood fill filament before. Like legit, I don't think I've ever actually printed with wood fill filament before. Also, I will say I've noticed one problem with this setup already is the these Bowden tube connectors. They shave the filament pretty easily because they're not through Bowden tube connectors, so the Bowden tube doesn't go all the way through. So what happens is, as you feed the filament up, it scrapes and it shaves. Wow, that smells like wood. And it's smoking. It is smoking, so we're gonna print that on the lower setting. Okay. And there we go. And now we dock that. Dock tool 0. Okay, sweet. Load up Orca slicer here. And we'll see how it goes. And then once this gets going, I gotta print some stuff on a Prusa. Smells like hippie bonfire. I like bonfires. I actually have a little fire pit in my backyard made out of a old shipping crate, or shipping, like a metal shipping crate. Come on, Orca slicer. There we go. Okay, prepare. Also, fun fact, even if you're not into it, again, I said this before on stream, follow a bunch of the 3D Pew Pew folks because they do a lot of testing on stuff. And a fun thing they found, apparently if you are logged into Orca Slicer or Bamboo Studio, I'm assuming this is like, it's in Orca Slicer because it's in Bamboo. If you're logged into Orca Slicer or Bamboo Studio and you save a 3MF file that's generated from your slicer and you share it, that slicer contains metadata linking it to your account. So, like, if you're sharing a Benchy, who cares? But if you're into stuff, just be aware if you share a 3MF file generated by Orca Slicer or Prusa or Bamboo Studio, it shares metadata linking it to your account if you're logged into it when it generates. Something to keep in mind. Okay. Okay, so we have, the first one is, this is wood. So does Bamboo have wood? Is there a wood anywhere? PLA wood. Okay, so Bamboo wood. And then do they have polymer? Can I add all the filaments? The more you know. Yeah. I'm trying to add more filaments and it's... Come on, Orca Slicer. I don't know why Orca Slicer is just slow when I click these like buttons to add, like, yeah. Locked up. Oh, there we go, okay. Yeah, I want them all. I want the POLYMAKER. I want all the filaments, all of it. Confirm. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we got Polylite. What is this? I think it's Polyterra. Polyterra PLA. Yeah, Polyterra PLA. So this one's wood, so this is like brown. Okay. Polyterra PLA is teal. And Polylite, or this is just Prusament, but I'll just leave it. That's orange. Okay. So objects. So the tan part could say that. Or no. The tan part could say that. This could stay orange. And now this is that. There we go. There we go. Parry the platypus. Right? Wow, it over extrudes like a mofo. Okay. Other skirt loops. I want my loops. I want it to go, hey, your stuff up. Oh, I don't need a brim. Support. Where's support? Or brim? No brim. Slice. There we go. There we go. There we go. Export file. Save. Upload and print. There we go. Heck yeah. Only on Windows. Yeah, damn Windows. I am this close to switching. The only problem is on my desktop, CAD programs are kind of a no-go. And then I also use the NVIDIA broadcast software. I use NVIDIA when I do a live stream on my computer in my computer room. I use NVIDIA broadcast for like background removal and noise canceling. I don't know if there's like a NVIDIA broadcast equivalent on Linux. I don't know if NVIDIA broadcast exists on Linux. Dock all print heads. Yes, they're all docked. What do you mean extrude below minimum temp? I mean extrude below minimum. Okay, let's. What are you doing? Okay, print. It didn't do this yesterday. Yes, I got a prime tower. Not a purge tower, prime tower. The prime tower is like, here's the one from the benchy we did the other stream. It's empty. It's hollow. There's nothing to it. Like there's no material here. Dock all print heads. All print heads are docked. Continue. Resuming, no tool was previously active. Okay. Okay, now it's doing that thing. Got to mesh the whole bed. It's not the CPU causing it. I mean, this has a Ryzen 3700X in it, and it's fine. I think this one, yeah, this one has a Ryzen 3700X in it. Auto prints rollout. Mobile. And overhead. Oh, by the way, I have an affiliate code for Vision Miner now. I'll share it to you now. There's supposed to be a discount on it. I don't know if the discount is active yet. Oh shoot, I don't have it on this computer. I don't have it on this computer. I got it saved on in bookmark on my main computer upstairs. Anyways, I have I'll share it in the Discord, but I got a Vision Miner affiliate link finally. So I know some people want one of those. So okay, let's see. How good is my Z offset? Probe complete, tap. Oh, now it's heating up to actually print. No, I don't think you get 90% off. I think it's only for the glue. It's only for the this stuff. New NAS has some beef quad core Ryzen and 64 gig. My NAS has a it's not a NAS, it's just an old, it's an unraid server. It's a Ryzen 3100, so 4 core with like 16 gigs of RAM. I use it for Plex and share and storage. That's it. And it, you know what? I can edit 4K videos off of it. I'm okay. Okay, I gotta go down a bit. I don't know why the Z offset on this drifts so much. Oh, I know why, because I didn't save it last time. Save. Yeah, remind me to actually save my Z offset, guys. That would probably help a lot with actually trying to get consistent Z layers, is if I actually save my Z offset. A little bit more, a little bit more. There we go. New photo and tech and hardware. Let me see. Ooh, that's a fancy. Everyone, tell Apulo he has a nice rack. Okay, well I need this filament, so let me pull this out of the box. Buddy. Ryzen, she had yogurt covered in raisins. I'll be honest, Ryzen has been damn good as far as like a CPU line. I mean, compared to the gong show that has been Intel lately, Ryzen has been really good. That ain't gonna reach. Need to go up. We need to elevate to a higher position. There we go. Ah, there we go. I smell wood. Okay, my Z offsets are not the same. We are totally going to lose this one, by the way. We are totally going to lose this tower. Yeah, this is not good. Z offset is right off to lunch. Lose power now. Drop the temp for wood. I think it's shoot, it's going at 220. So it's probably a little hot. Oh well. Ooh, I almost got my beard hair caught. Now we'll see how it goes. Well, we already did calibrate it. It seems to be going okay. Now, we'll keep fapping around with it, see what happens. Firmware have live as a... I think it does. I don't see why it wouldn't. I haven't actually tried it yet. But it should have live adjust C. I don't see why it doesn't. Okay, let me unload this printer. Filament. Change filament. Unload the filament out of this printer. First layer is gonna suck. Does it have live adjust set? Yeah, it has live adjust set. It's Klipper. It's Klipper. It's Klipper. You do all the Klipper stuff that you want. Okay, has the filament unloaded successfully? I think it was. There we go. Okay. Oh no! Knock something over. What was that? I don't know. Okay, and now I can load filament in here. If I can find the end of it. Stab myself. Okay, buddy filament. We are loading this in the new Prusa. So this is Prusa 2. Now we're gonna load some PETG. There we go. Okay, now we're on layer 2. There we go. Should you be printing wood filament this fast? I have no idea, but we are. Oh, okay. That's loaded with gray. Sweet. Okay. Prusa slicer, load that up. 40 to 60 gigs each. What? The heck are you transferring? 40 to 60 gigs each. What are you transferring, man? Okay, I gotta find now ProForge 300 files. Okay, so there's apparently some files I need to print for the ProForge. Let me find them here. MakerTech 3D. All right, where was it? Spool holders. Here we go. Because I got to print some stuff. Where's the link to the stuff I got to print for? No. Where was the link to the ProForge 300? Maintenance and mods. Oh, here we go. Download here. There we go. Download that. Download that. Bruce a slicer. So this is the core one. We have Filament, Pet G, structural, spool holders, that. Control A, copy, paste, paste. There we go. Okay. Let's do 25%, print settings, free wall, my top, my bottom, that'll work. Core 1, 2. Set ready and print. There we go. Yeah, it's still doing this. I don't know why it's doing this. Okay, I don't know if you could see, but I'm gonna end the print here. It forgets its Z offset going from the first layer to the second layer. It's like it skips a layer. I don't know why it's doing this. And this is the problem. Yeah, let me end the print here because this print's failed. Pause. Cancel print. I'm gonna rerun the calibration again. Maybe I gotta rerun the calibration. Maybe that's it. Save config. Save config, probe eddy, ng, BTT eddy option, tap adjust Z, conflicts with existing value. Well, here, like, I'll show you what's going on. Like the first layer, I don't know if you can see on that. Like the first layer is smushed, and then the second layer is like 2 layers too high. So what is causing this? What is causing this? Save. Oh! What were you saying, Apulo? It's in the eddy config? So, why do I have 2 tap target, tap adjust? Reread the eddy part of the documentation. Klipper checks and calibration. Eddy. End stops, X end stop, Y, Z, motor checks, home, silicone stocks, print head dock position, saving select dock position, now testing, selecting docking, not tightening, eddy probe status. Bed tramming, heating. Homing calibration. Should I rerun this? Eddy NG setup. Should I rerun this? Testing tap, adjusting the offset. Okay. When printing, if you find your first layer too high or too low, adjust the tap, adjust Z value, and eddy. Okay, okay, so I should be adjusting tap, adjust Z. Okay, so tap, adjust Z. Okay, so let's, maybe that's why it's doing this, because I'm live adjusting the first layer, and then when it goes to the second layer, it's pulling up that OG value. Maybe that's why. By the way, I'm not shilling, but the Big Tree Tech Panda Edge is actually a really nice spatula. Okay, so tap adjust Z value. Okay, so let's go in here. Machine, eddy, tap adjust Z. So if I put this, let's just go to 0. Go to 0, save and restart. Because I know I had to drop it quite a bit. You got home some coffee, Chris? Heck yeah, my man. Okay, and also let's drop the wood temperature. Because I think 220 is a bit hot for wood. Where is the temperature? Yeah, let's go to 210, 205. Save. Okay, there we go. Slice plate. You can't. I know you can't save it the normal way. Well, I know that now. Okay, there we go. Load and print. Nothing, the pre-declare. Yeah, usually if you're going Canada, US, you shouldn't have to worry about too much. It's not like you're smuggling, you know. It's not like you got like 20 bags of ketchup chips stuffed in your luggage. You're a little late. Telfox, how you been? ProForge 300 from MakerTech 3D. We've been building it over the last, I don't know, 2 months or so. It's finally up and printing, and we're going through the final, like, it works, but we're doing that little bit of like tweaking and tuning. So I figured we'd do a print and chill stream on it today, where we just kind of faff around with it and see if we can get it going pretty good. Yeah, sanitary food, just some snacks. Who doesn't have snacks? Everyone has snacks. Went to Art in the Park today. I got myself a proper poutine. It was delicious. Cost way too much, but it was still good. Oh, hey, the LED's working. Here, I'll put a picture on the Discord. There. So if you're wondering what the printer setup looks like with the we got Core 1, and then we got Core 1 2. Because I'm creative. And yes, that's a 2 with TOO because funny. The wire dangling on the bed is for plugging in this. This is a it's a little probe thingy used for setting the tool head offsets. It's an auto calibration tool, but you don't need this all the time because you literally mount this on top of the bed. So you have to plug it in, and then when you're not using it, you just unplug it. So yeah, I could probably hide that wire in a better spot, but for now it's just dangling there. Where'd the fish go? There, I only have one fish. Only the one Prusa came with a fish. The other Prusa is fishless. Core 1, the sequel. What, you think this is Spaceballs? Efficiency. Doing the big old bed mesh. Does it need to do a big old bed mesh? No. Okay, so now we find out if our offset, if I went the right way or not. Core 1, the flamethrower. Yeah, the Eddy probes, I've heard mixed results from people. Some people have had no issues and some people have had issues. I'm using it because that's what this kit came with. So it's kind of like... Oh yeah, Grant did scan the fish. We should print a fish. I should print a fish. I'll just print it in like Prusament, like... Oh, do I have any orange TPU? If I have an orange TPU, I'll print it in an orange TPU. But yeah, Grant did scan the fish. Okay, that looks pretty good for a first layer. Okay, it's a little high. It's a little high. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's a little high, but we should be okay. So machine, let's go to eddy.cfg and drop that down to negative. Oop, no. Negative 0.075. Save. That'll be fine. I have a fish attached to the P1S with double-sided tape. I haven't been gone for 3D printing for a year or two. Anyone got fish on it? Yeah. The joke is Prusa, they shipped the review unit Core 1s. They came with these little fish. Got little magnets on it. Because the joke is like the frame of the Prusa Core 1 is steel, so you can use magnets to stick stuff. So they included little fish. They used it in a video. I guess somebody on the Prusa team bought this fish when they went to Japan. These are apparently directly from Japan. And then they bought a whole bunch of them as a joke, and now it's a thing. I don't know. But my Prusa has a fish, so. Oh, what's going on here? Are you going to extrude? Are you going to extrude? There we go. Come on. There we go. It smells like wood. I put a DJI sticker on your bamboo. So you put a bamboo sticker on your bamboo. Or did you put a DJI sticker on your DJI? Same difference. Although apparently there's a new bamboo leak. Did you guys see that? Reddit.com/r/ probably on the Bamboo Labs subreddit. There's a new bamboo leak. Let's see if it's on the bamboo subreddit or not. New top. This week. I don't see it on the bamboo subreddit. Yeah, it honestly, it just looks like a single nozzle P1 H2D. It literally, oh, here we go. I mean, there you go. This is like what most people wanted from the beginning, which was just a bigger P1 series. So maybe this is now the P2D. I don't know, but there you go. If they have a different nozzle in this, if they have a different hot end solution in this, I'm just gonna be like, I don't even know what to say anymore. It better not. It better be an already existing nozzle. Okay, yeah, this is looking much better now. I mean, the first layer is a little high, but I'm just gonna let it roll. The Super A10 Warthog. Warthog needs to go bye-bye. I know Burt is fun, but let's be honest, the Warthog should have been retired about 20 years ago. How dare you? Hey, I'm just a realist. The Warthog does not need to exist anymore. The Warthog was designed to fight a war that was over before it even flew. Yeah. The Warthog has more blue on blue kills than any other airframe, like, ever. It is literally like, I served with a guy who took friendly fire from a Warthog and took shrapnel to the brain. He had to get airlifted to Ramstein and get brain surgery, and it fucked him up for years. So, yeah, I don't like the Warthog. Don't get me wrong, Burt is fun, but it's pointless in modern war. Like, put it this way, the Russians have an equivalent. It's called the Frogfoot. Pretty much the same type of plane. They don't use it for a reason. The B1 works pretty good because the B1 took over a lot of the work that the Warthog did. Same with the Aardvark. Yeah, Britain's biggest losses. Yep. Because fun fact, the 30 mil is actually not that good against any real tank. Like yes, I'm gonna shill a YouTuber, but go watch Laserpig. Laserpig, he's British, he's a pig, very flamboyant, but he made a pretty good video on the Warthog about how much it sucks. Go watch it, it's a good video. Actually, it's 2 videos, I think. But yeah. My airbase. Yeah, there's, where I live, We're right across from Detroit. So every time there's an event in Detroit, for every flyover, they fly A-10 Warthogs. Because Selfridge, which is a Air National Guard base on the other side of Lake St. Clair, they have Warthogs. That's their plane. Is well, they also have Hercs and a few other things. But Warthogs is their combat aircraft that they have. Because, you know, the National Guard needs Warthogs. Fucking America, get your military budget under wraps. But anyways, yeah, they have Warthogs. So anyways, long story short, every time there's an event, they literally fly like right out from the base and then they do a turn right over my house. So I could tell every day there's like an opening day or there's an event going on downtown Detroit because I hear Warthogs flying over my house. But yes, they were being replaced with F-15 EXs. Yeah. I think it's the EX version. Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna have to restart this. We're gonna have to restart this. We got another fail. So I dropped it a bit more. Let me just drop it. You know what? I want insurance. I want insurance. Save. And the print. Save config. Okay. Let's try this again. By the way, the Prusa Core 1 printing beautifully. Okay, let's try this again. Platypus time. Print. C-130. C-130 still works fine. C-130 still fits its role just fine. Just because it's old doesn't need to be replaced. It's the use case. The use case of the C-130 makes perfect sense. It's a small lift capable aircraft that can land in a lot of locations. It's really useful. The A-10 in a modern warfare makes no sense because drones. And by drones, I mean loitering munition. Having something that can circle for a long period of time and provide close air support, you're looking at something like Predators or something high flying that could just loiter forever up there and then just drop a payload if needed. Let's be honest. One day, when we're on Mars fighting, you know, the bugs on Mars, freaking the B-52 is going to be there somehow. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, but Grandpa Buff's going to be there because it's Grandpa Buff. Is it true the Mark IV S has other motors? The Core 1, I believe, uses 0.9 degree steppers. I can't remember the exact. There is slightly different motors, but it's not, I honestly am not a big deal. Don't think it's a big deal difference. Cracked out Elon clones. I mean, if they're clones of Elon, I don't expect them to be that combat capable, let's be honest. Oh no, we're being attacked by barrel-chested, ketamine-addicted man babies who apparently have baby fur fetishes. Yeah, this is the only annoying thing about this is you can't like live adjust set and save it. You have to like redo the whole thing. Memes for Musk and Cheeto Man were funny. Remember when he was supposed to fight, what's his name? The Lizard Man from Meta? And he like completely babied out? I'm a little disappointed in that. I wanted him to fight. I wanted to see that fight. what's going on here? Oh, here we go. Okay, that is looking a bit closer to the bed there. Yeah, that should be okay for an offset. I think we should be okay there. Yeah, everyone knew. Yeah. You know what's funny? I got a feeling, okay. The actual plan tonight, I wanted to work on the Venture XL. I actually really want to get the Venture XL built now. After coming back from Murph there, oh, that's what I got to figure out. What video do you guys want tomorrow? What else? What do I still have for content from Murph? I think I have like 2 or 3 more videos I can put out from Murph. What are these? Which one's this one? Which one's this one? Oh, Armored Turtle. Yeah, we might do the Armored Turtle. Maybe I'll do the Armored Turtle tomorrow. But yeah, so the plan is on Tuesday, we're going to work on the Venture XL. And then next Friday, we're hopefully going to be getting back to that Saval Trident. And then maybe on the Saturday night, we go back to the Venture, because I really want to get that Venture XL up and running now. I want to do a bunch of big printing stuff. How's that first layer? That should be okay. We'll see. Or am I thinking of putting the mini split? Wouldn't it go on sale? But probably like back here, because my fuse box is right here. It's behind this panel. Is my thing. Oh, I gotta fix my light. I gotta get the rainbow light going. It's June. Do your thing. There you go. Go gadget rainbow light. There we go. How's Canadian doing today? Pretty good. Went to Art in the Park. Spent the day out with the family. It was a pretty good time. From Meta Deadpool VR coming. I watched the Game Fest yesterday. The Deadpool game looked cheesy AF, I'll be honest. Also, I don't have a Meta headset. I have a Rift S, so I only do like Steam VR games. You know, I know the Rift S is Meta, but a DC3? Oh, nice. Meta glasses? I don't see Meta glasses. Where are you seeing the ads everywhere? Okay, to be fair, I run ad block on all my computers, so I don't see a lot of ads on the internet, and I don't watch TV. And I don't listen to the radio. I have Spotify. I have Spotify Premium. And the trick is, guess what you're listening to right now? Stream Beats. on Spotify. So Spotify is a business expense. Big brain. Also, as much as you know, I don't mind playing with AI stuff in a vacuum. I've got my little AI box downstairs that I play around with. I am not a fan of putting AI in everything watching my life, especially right now with like Palantir and whatnot. Like, granted, I'm not American, thankfully, but like Palantir and all that shit, harvesting everyone's data on everything, you know that shit don't stop at the border. So it's like, yeah, it's already bad enough that like, as an internet person who works on the internet, it's very easy to copy everything I do, AI-wise, in terms of mimicking my voice, video. There's thousands of hours of me talking and footage that can be doctored. Yeah. Yeah. Not a fan of that. Somebody sent a funny video they made where they just like spoofed my voice for something, and I'm like, yeah, that's freaky as shit. Please don't do that. Like, no joke, I urge you, especially if you have any sort of online presence, have a keyword. Set up like a password, like literally a verbal password. Like, hey, if you ever get a call from me and it's like, I call you saying I had a car accident or I need money or something, ask for the key phrase that only I know. We've established this in real life because it's too easy to fake somebody's voice. There's too many scams out there nowadays. I mean, heck, I'm not even streaming right now. I'm playing Baldur's Gate. This entire stream is AI right now. I'm on my like 15th Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough right now. I'm sorry, Lazelle is just, I can't leave her. I can't. This is all AI. Okay, this wood filament is not printing well. I may swap out from wood because this wood filament is not wanting to print well. It is like, is the nozzle bent? No, I think it's the socks. All the socks on these nozzles are sitting sideways. I don't think it's the nozzle bent. These are all brand new nozzles, all brand new tool heads. Moist. Yeah, honestly, this wood filament, while it was fully sealed, it's been in a bag for like 2 years, so it might be a little wet. If we have a failure, I'm gonna call it and we'll swap to a different color. But if it keeps going, we'll keep going. The core one's printing the spool holders for this. What is it we're printing? We're printing a Perry the Platypus. Well, actually, we're printing a platypus, but in Perry the Platypus colors. So if the print finishes, or if we get a couple layers in, it seems to be going, I'll let it go. But if we have anything popping off the bed, I will swap to a different spool. So we'll see. We'll see. It's not CPAP. This actually just has a blower. On the back of the machine, it just has a here, I'll put it on the Discord. Oh, David's here. Everyone say hi, David. Everyone say hi, David. On the back of the machine, it just has this. It's just a big blower, which it doesn't make as much air as a CPAP, but guess what? A heck of a lot quieter. How you doing, David? Are you all moved into the new office yet? Also, go watch Joel's newest video. They kit out a school with a bunch of Prusas, whatnot, with the help of Printed Solid. Go watch it. It's a good video. Almost done moving a few other weeks. Nice. See, I'm going to have to go visit you now when we go up for East Coast, or correction, 3D Printopia. Gotta go visit the new office. How far away is the new facility compared to the old? It's in a different state, but it's not that far away, right? Paraphractic's trying to acquire the Commodore trademarks. Huh. Is that still even a thing? 6 miles north, same state. Oh, that's not far at all. Just moving up the road. So what you can do, if you can do me a big favor, David, take the old office or the old warehouse, box it up and ship it to me. I need the room, please. So I don't need the whole thing. Just like one bay, just box it up and ship it to me. Okay? Yeah, Print Solid's moving to a bigger location because they're going to be doing more. Because for those, if you've been living under a rock and don't know, just so you know, Printed Solid is part of Prusa now. So Printed Solid is basically Prusa USA, Prusa America, Prumerica, whatever you want to call it. So they're going to be doing a lot more production stateside, so they need more room. So. He wants to be able to license the name for the community at a fair rate. That would be pretty cool. Like, not gonna lie, that would be pretty cool to have a filament line for like brand names. Like if you could get brand permission to use like Commodore Tan, Monster Green, Red Bull Red, like that'd be pretty cool. If you actually got permission from different like Noctua, the Noctua fan colors, as get their actual like proper code for the color. That would be a pretty cool filament line if you could do that. There's an idea. I'll just take 5% of sales. If you can use that idea, 5% of sales. Fun thing is when he contacted the IP trademark holder, they offered to sell him. Dude, you should have bought the whole thing. I mean, if the price wasn't stupid, why not? Although, how much you want to bet the price was stupid and the brand holder's like, please, somebody buy this. I need the money. Ryobi gets litigious. Well, isn't a bunch of the colors for the new POLYMAKER line like really close to like? I forgot I filled this with iced coffee. So unfortunately, they don't have a Gamer Subs iced coffee, but you can get a Gamer Cup shaker right now. Free shaker. They're doing a thing right now. You get a free shaker. So go get some Gamer Subs because why not? And yeah, go get a waifu cup. It's free. Do this now. Save money too. Code Canuck. Link in description. Love doing the video with Joel, the kids. And I know I'm trying to get my kids' school to do stuff with 3D printing. I've talked to the vice principal about it, just kind of like chatting. But I'm like, come on, let's do something. I got to figure out how to get rid of all these printers somehow. Cheeto orange. Oh, okay, so it looks like the first couple layers are a bit but the rest should be okay. Andrew Rogers, $10 for the IP licensing fund. Cheers, Andrew. Oh, and just so I'm going to show you, David, so you could forward it to the boss. The contract is complete. We do have the Core 1 kit has been built. So contract complete for that build series. So now I got the Core 1 and then the Core 1 2 because I'm very creative with names. Marketing. Oh yeah, no, seriously, it's a thing. It's like, what, here's the question. What is a better orange? Prusament orange or LTT orange? There you go. Orange aficionados fight. LTT orange or Prusament orange? Fight. Argue in the comments below. I'll be honest, in person, Prusament orange is brighter. Much brighter. Does Slice have an orange? Brad's orange, it's got glitter in it. I still want a Nero 3D orange. Or not orange, Canuck creator color. But I don't think maple syrup as a color would work. I don't think maple syrup as a color would work. And red is, let's be honest, red is too common. Everyone has a red. Although I will say, I've been using the Buddy 3D filament because Prusa sent me several boxes of it. It's nice stuff. The red's nice. That's what the Deadpool is. This is the Buddy 3D red glitter. It's really nice. And the Pet G print's really nice too. I don't think the Buddy 3 stuff is directly made by Prusa, but it's like their white label stuff. If it is made by Prusa, I may be wrong. Somebody correct me, but I believe it's just like their white label brand, but it's good stuff. A dark amber. A dark amber wouldn't be too bad as a color. The problem is it'd be limited use, unless it smelled like maple syrup. If you did like a maple syrup smelling filament that was maple syrup, like a semi-translucent amber, like almost like a darker Ultim looking color, that would be kind of cool. The problem is I'm not a fan of translucent filaments. Kind of usually a little bit, you have the same problem as like silk where you don't have great layer adhesion. Well, it depends on the material too. Canada Goose Rude Brown. Cobra chickens. We'll go with the overhead view for a bit. Somebody's cutting their grass at 9:30 at night. I can hear a lawnmower. Why do I hear a lawnmower at 9:30 at night? 1 second. Yeah, I hear a lawnmower. It's 9:30 at night. Who's cutting their grass? I'm not sleeping. I know, I gotta cut my grass tomorrow. Someone looking back saying, hello, mother. Because I'm AI. That's true. We had tornado warnings the other night. Glow in the dark red. I'm not, honestly, if I were to have a branded filament, it would just be something generic, and it would be either an ABS or an ASA, because those are great plastics. Although, I'll be honest, CFP-ETG has been really kind to me lately. I've been really liking the CFP-ETG. But it'd be like my most used filament is black ABS. It'd be really cool to have like a blue glitter black ABS or something, but apparently that doesn't work too well. I think I was having a chat with David about it a while ago. Like what color, like what kind of glitter could you use? Robotic snowblower or lawnmower company. I should probably reach out, see if one of those companies will do it. Get like a lawnmower. A plaid. Could you do a plaid? Like you could do a duotone red black. Like I used to have a tartan kilt. Like I used to have a kilt. Purple, yeah, purple with glitter is fine. It's just apparently black with glitter, like only certain glitters show up. You have to do like white glitter essentially. Like black with a blue glitter would be kind of cool, or a red glitter. Black with a red glitter would be kind of cool. Yeah. Hey, David, are you still here? Can you whip me up a batch of black with red glitter? Gold? Nah, gold. Red with black. I don't think you can do black glitter. I don't think you can do black glitter. I mean, this is the advantage of not being tied specifically to one company. I can shop around and see if anyone does want to shill my filament. That's what I need. I need to get one of those old like extruders, like a DIY filament extruder, and just make a video series. Can I turn this into filament? Where I just take plastic and then I just take random shit and see if I can make filament out of it. And then we just destroy printer nozzles. Shilament. If I ever get a branded filament, it's going to be called Shilament. Print's looking better. Yeah, it's once we figured out how to properly adjust the Z offset, it's actually been quite good. Because it turns out you have to you can't do it here. You have to go into here and go to your eddy and then do this. So actually I'm going to do a bit more. I want to squish it a bit more. There we go. So that'll be for the next print. Take care, Musa. Koala gray filament. That'd be cool. I'm pretty sure the e-bike company that sent me the e-bike is kind of out of business or doing, I don't know what's going on with them because of the tariffs. Because I sent them an email a while ago about the video and they never replied. So I might still do a video with the e-bike, but I'm like, I don't think I'm in a rush anymore because I don't think the company still exists. How's this printer compared to the XL? This is, I'm not going to compare it to the XL other than the fact that this is a tool changer because this is a full DIY kit. The XL is it's a Prusa. They're the same type of machine. They're both tool changers, but they're kind of aimed at different markets. This is more of a DIY machine with more user customizability than the XL. The XL is a more turnkey solution. This is also smaller. It's 300 by 300 by 300 volume with 3 tool changers. The XL is 360 with 5. They do have a 5 tool head version of this coming out though, but yeah. So they're kind of like, it's hard to compare the two because they are kind of different machines. What is this printer? It's a ProForge 300. Haven't checked. Have you done a stealth changer? I have not, because there's no kits yet. Once there are kits and I can get my hand on a kit, I don't mind. I've got two V2s that I've got Tallboy, which is a V2 with like a bunch of extra Z that I would love to turn into a tool changer. It's just, I need a kit. I won't do anything. For those wondering about builds on my channel, I try to avoid doing stuff that doesn't have kits. Just because I don't have the resources to self-source like I used to, or the time. And it's a lot easier to do a build with an established kit because two reasons. One, usually there's documentation. It's easier to go about the build itself, less hangups, especially when you're doing it live. And two, if you want to follow along, you can also just get the kit and do it along with me kind of thing. I find it easier. It tends to go better. I know LDO announced a kit. Oh, believe me, I know LDO has a kit coming. It's just, you know, we must acquire the kit first. The reason it's doing this little pause here, it's heating back up. I think they have it, it's set, yeah. It's set where it will go down to a cooldown temperature after a little bit, but if it's like switching between the new nozzles pretty quickly, it doesn't have the heat. It just docks and goes. So this has like, I'm assuming I could change it if I wanted to in the G code to like stop cooling down the nozzle when it's parked, but right now it's doing that. So let's go back to overhead view. Yeah, it is very nice when it comes in one bag. How well what is going to work with print in place joints? We'll find out. We'll find out. Only 4 schools on the X-Rail? Yeah. The X-Rail is pretty much free floated. It's attached to a steel plate. So, yeah, it only needs, like, it's attached to a steel plate. So, yeah. I'm building Apprentice tiny bike. Yeah. I mean, that's half the reason I didn't build a Death Racer. Was the kit was kind of a mess. Apparently it's all better now. I just haven't gotten around to printing the newer parts and whatnot. And I am realizing something that I haven't been able to do on a Saturday night stream in a while. 1 second here. Un momento, por favor, biblioteca. S'il vous plaît. Heck yeah, I do have some. Smoke them if you got them. Today is just Sleeman Lager. Correct. This, as far as I'm aware, this machine is only sold as kits. Oh, we're on to blue now. So hopefully this bond's pretty good. Beer good, Napster bad. Napster, man. Back in my day. Is it hard to build? Not really. I mean, not really. The whole build is on live stream series. The manual is pretty good. I mean, if you're a beginner and you're looking for a printer to build, you want my hot take? If you have never built a printer before, okay, go with something that is more common and has large community around it. 2 reasons. 1, it's going to be easier to get support, and 2, the documentation and the build is probably going to be more proof tested. What does that mean? Something like a Warhammer, something like a Prusa. If you're looking for, like, no joke, if you want a very fun printer to build, go buy a Prusa and just get the kit. Go build a Mark IV or Core 1. Personally, I say Core 1, but they're fun builds and it's a well-featured printer with a ton of support around it. So if you run into a problem during the kit build, there's a lot of resources. Same with a Voron. Voron you can only get through DIY kits. And the kits are well documented. There's already tons of kits out there. You can just go buy the kit off the shelf, everything you need to build the printer, and you go. Something like this, I would recommend for a little bit more of an advanced user, especially because it is a tool changer. You kind of need to justify the tool changer aspect as well as the need for an enclosed Core XY machine. So. Oh, Scott's here. Hi, Scott. Everyone say hi, Scott. And if you don't know who Scott is, Marlin Firmware. So many sub channels on the dude. The Voron Discord has become a monolith. It is. I honestly don't even venture out of most of the mod channels on the Voron Discord anymore because it's just grown so bloody large. It's like, who are all you people? Plus, it doesn't help I'm in like 20 Discords already. Speaking of Discord, go join mine. Link in the description. Best thing about a Prusa, you're almost guaranteed to have a functional printer. Yeah, I mean, like, we built our Core 1 yesterday. We finished building it yesterday. We did this little Dragon, Flexi Dragon as our, like, first print, and then the very second print we did on a brand new machine was this. And I mean, like, for fresh out of the box printer that you built, no calibration, literally, like, default profile, just send it with a model sliced in the slicer, not even a pre-included model. Look at this overhang. Look at that overhang. No support, just fresh off the machine. Like, look how good that chin is. No support. Focus, focus. There you go. Look how good the chin is on Deadpool there. No support. Like, you can't go wrong with that. And the best part is, if it's like the Mark II, that'll still have support in 10 years. You're rebuilding your original grabber frame Prusa 3. Belongs in a museum. Although, I got a feeling this machine... you know what? It's hard to tell. I think a lot of the waviness I'm seeing is just the wet wood filament. Let's go back to overhead. It's more fun watching overhead on this printer. The only thing that sucks about the setup with the Core 1s, so the Core 1s, I got them both on that shelf there, right? And that shelf is as low as it can go. I can't lower it because it interferes with the printers on the bottom shelf. And when it's starting a print, literally it's right here at my eye level. I have to do this to look at it. Like it's right at the eye level. So if I walk up to the printer, I literally have to like stand on my toes to make sure that the first layer is good. It's like, it's a little annoying. What printer? It's a ProForge. It is a Quad XY. So it's Core XY with 4 motors instead of 2. And it's a tool changer. And this uses the mechanism that the E3D tool changing system. Now the wire's fine. The wires for hooking up to this guy. This is the XYZ offset probe for calibrating the tool heads for their alignment. You don't need it when the printer is printing, right? So like, I mean, we can just kind of stuff that in there. There, you happy? We'll just kind of stuff it in there. Say Marlin. Prusa firmware is based on Marlin, but extremely heavily modified. In fact, it's forked so much you can barely call it Marlin anymore. So I'm gonna go live on this side. Here, let me move the camera so you guys can see the tool changing. There we go. Why company to? Because it's a surprising amount of work to take a bunch of parts and build a printer. Like, it would take, you know, a paid employee, you know, working an 8-hour shift, 2 or 3 days to build the printer. So you need to now increase the cost of the pre-built to cover the wage of the employee, the time of the employee, the packaging of shipping an assembled printer. If you want a pre-assembled tool changer, buy a Prusa. Yeah, it's shipped, like, tell me about shipping an assembled printer. I got Gloop's V2 that I built for them. It's just chilling here because we can't figure out how to get it down to St. Louis without risking it getting destroyed in shipping. Even if you wrap it up really good, it's still kind of a pain in the butt to ship an assembled Voron. Road trip? Maybe. We'll see. I mean, if I can make a video out of it. Yeah, Steve shipped his Trident, it got destroyed. And it was shipped in a Pelican case. So, unfortunately, I don't think Gloop will be getting their V2 until, like, East Coast Rep Fest. Are they going to Murph? No, they're not going to Murph. Heck, I don't even know if I'm going to Murph yet. CPAP. It's not a CPAP fan. It is a, one second here. It's not a CPAP fan. It is a, it's just a blower fan on the back, a big blower fan, which I kind of like. It doesn't move as much air as a CPAP, let's be honest, but it still moves enough air, and it's nowhere near as loud as a CPAP. So. Bondtech Index. Well, the problem with Bondtech Index is, one, it's not out till the end of the year. Two, it's a kit, so you have to add it to an existing printer. So if you're okay with that and okay with waiting, there you go. I know, like, a lot of people with Savals, the SV08s, they'll probably want one. I'm very thrilled to be focused on the hobbyist and tinkerer now, not so distracted with mate. Yeah, all the vendors have moved over to butchering Klipper now instead of butchering Marlin. So at least you don't got to deal with that anymore, Scott. They're now butchering something with it. At least you don't have to deal with them butchering Marlin and adding web access. I am just waiting for one of these companies to just have a backdoor where, like, somebody just gets in the back door of their printer because they have some weird forked version of Klipper and they left a security exploit there and somebody just gets in. That's the part that sketches me out with Klipper. Like, honestly, I wish more consumer machines came with, like, Marlin or RepRap instead of Klipper, because Klipper is just a big security issue, in my opinion, on commercial machines. Like, you can do it right. Don't get me wrong. You can do it right. But when I got to download an update off of a Google Drive, that doesn't fill me with warm, fuzzy feelings. Abort. Yeah, I think Big Tree Tech's gotten a bit better. Yeah, Big Tree Tech is kind of stabilized on their product line, and they seem to be a little bit less finicky now. Yeah, just yeah, it's like when people ask me about Creality machines. I'm like, is it the first release of it? No. Is it the C revision or like 6 months after release? Okay, you're probably good at buying it now. Yeah, Luke's a great guy. If you ever get a chance, talk to Luke at Big Tree Tech. Great guy. Sketchy and unreleased. Oh, dude. Remember back in the day when it wasn't like you needed to install Bob's Marlin config or something, whereas like Bob's firmware, and you had to like go download it off some Discord or like some random forum, and that's how you got your printer working good. You know, all they did was just compile Marlin with a few changes. And they're calling it their own firmware. Ever make a fully enclosed 120C temp paper with below 8K? I mean, here's the thing, James Lima. Essentially, you're putting a printer in an oven. That's not cheap. You need to spec components that can run at those temperatures. Stepper motors, you need to build an enclosure where the steppers are outside. Motors, belts, like bearings will fail at those temperatures. Most commercial bearings will fail. Belts, rails, rods, like you're speccing industrial grade components at that point, and it's going to be expensive because it's a limited market too. So you need to build machines that with expensive parts with a low demand. So the price is going to be high. I mean, my Pantheon here, this is a 12 grand machine. And it doesn't print PETG, or correction, Peak. It doesn't print Peak or Ultim. And it's got ball screws and servos and whatnot. Would you say Luke's brought some stability to Big Tree Tech? I won't say it's like Luke, because I'll be honest, I don't know the internal workings of Big Tree Tech. I don't know how they're like, okay, I've been there, but I don't know like who is fully responsible for everything. But I will say, over the last like 2-ish years, Big Tree Tech has become pretty stable with their product releases and themes. They seem to have a pretty good head on their shoulders now instead of just shotgunning releases out there and seeing what sticks. So they've matured as a company for the better. I don't want to give credit to all to one person because it's a team effort. Go overhead. What printer is this? It is a ProForge 300, and it uses the E3D tool changing system. So the printer is a ProForge 300 from MakerTech 3D. I did a whole build series on it. It's on the channel. They're all live streams if you want to watch that. Seen this on Moji 3D's Twitter. Front Board 3, a 3D printer board featuring a sophisticated motion control system. Suzy seemed to achieve performance levels in a printer that unattainable with existing motion controls. First widely available that runs Front, a new motion system, both our hardware and software. So okay, so it's got 31 phase. Ooh, smoother motion. So 6 2240s. Heater outputs. Okay, so it's got all the heaters you would kind of want. Fans. What is Prunt though? I've never heard of Prunt. What is Prunt? I've never heard of Prunt. Also, like, okay, what is that? That's an STM. Prunt 3D. Does it have a web interface? Like, can you hook a screen up to it even? I don't even see a screen hookup. Yeah, I don't even, like, you got a USB here. And this is in a commercial machine, it looks like. But, like, I've never heard of this front 3D. What is GitHub page? Front board software. Front. Does it have a GUI? Does it have Wi-Fi? Does it like, I need to know more. I'm gonna try it with our entirely new motion system. Scott, Duet has something similar, I think. Or at least I think they have something kind of thing where it's like a lead screw or a ball screw motion, just demonstrating it. Very basic UI. I mean, here's the thing you're going to be competing with. You need to show that it can make the printer print better than existing firmwares in real world use case. That's the thing. Because yeah, the beard test looks really cool, but if I have two prints in front of me, one was printed on a machine with Klipper, one with Marlin, and one with Print 3D, and I can't tell the difference between them just looking at the print. Like, that's the thing. Like, you need to prove to me that it's that much better than existing to get me into a new ecosystem. The autoloader on the Phoenix is their documentation. I don't believe there's any docs on it yet, on the booster. I don't even know what we call it, if we call it the booster. I mean, I have access to the docs because I'm on the Voron team. I can download and build one right now if I wanted to. But I'm trying to get it, I'm gonna try and get it pushed, that at least the booster pushed public at some point, so that when I put it on the Venture XL, I can go, hey, here's the booster if you want it. So. But I think something like that would have enough demand for it to be, people to be interested in getting it. Yeah, I was talking with Max, and it's something I think a lot of people would be interested in, because here's the thing, the booster is standalone. Yeah, it uses a, it's running on a control board. It's using like an EBB36. You can use any, you don't need an extra controller board. You could wire it into the printer directly, your main controller board, if you have an extra stepper driver and whatnot, because you need to be able to drive a stepper and I believe 2 end stops. That's all you need is a stepper driver and 2 end stops. So if you have like a spare EBB36 or something, like a USB toolhead board, you could just use that in a little 3D printed case just to make the wiring simple, because then you only run the 4 wires. So what is the booster? The booster is, it's on the, go watch my video on the Prusa XL, or the Prusa XL, the Voron Phoenix. Essentially what the booster is, it's a little extruder that sits on the side of your machine and it boosts filament. So it's meant for large printers where either you have to push filament through a long ass Bowden tube and there's a lot of friction there, or you're feeding from like a 5 kilogram spool and you don't want your tool head extruder doing all the work. So the booster essentially just kind of pushes filament to the tool head, and it uses that same kind of mechanism that the AMS uses, that the box turtle uses, where it's basically like a buffer. So when you push the filament into the PTFE tube, it kind of like pushes back a bit and opens up a gap, and then it turns off once it hits the end stop, and then when it feeds the filament in, it'll trigger the other end stop, and then I'll push it in again. So Hurt K will have a specialized board in a week. Are you being serious, or like will he? Because I fully expect there to be a specialized board at some point. But all you need is a stepper driver and 2 end stops. So you could just wire it into your main control board, or if you have like an extra EBB36 or any other sort of small expander board, you can use that instead. You can use like a box turtle board or something, an Orca board. It just needs to drive a driver and 2 end stops, as far as I'm aware. Partially serious, yeah. So the plan is I want to put one on the Venture XL. Basically, half the reason I'm building the Venture XL is I don't have the budget to build a Phoenix kit, because there are no Phoenix kits yet, and I don't have the budget to self-source it. So I'm like, hey, I'll build the Phoenix, and I'll take whatever I can from Phoenix Dev and test it when I can, essentially. Check out Print 3D. I mean, we were just looking at it. We looked at this a minute ago. I'm like, it looks really cool, but I need to see some real world print comparisons, like print quality comparisons. I mean, this looks really cool, but this is a demo. Show me two benchies side by side with the same G code or something similar. But also, I want to know, like, is there a built-in GUI for configuration editing without the need to ever edit configurations? Okay, but like, what is the firmware? Like, do you show me, like, okay, there's your license, but like, what am I looking at here? Show me software. Like, firmware, flashing, like, Coleco. Okay, that's for Print board 2, not Print 3. Like that's, it's like, do they have a website? Do they have a website? Like, I want to know what your system looks like. Do you have an actual web interface? Like, how is it usable? Do I need to connect it to a Raspberry Pi? Like, what kind of print quality differences? Or is it just another 32-bit board with TMC drivers? The Phoenix is going to get built stock with just the stock tool head. And then at some point I will, because I got to build the machine stock. And then I will upgrade it with some upgrades, including a new tool head with a high flow hot end and a box turtle. The plan for the box turtle is not so much multicolor, it's more filament rollover. Because then I can load it up with 4 spools of black ABS and just print all day. And when one spool runs out, it switches over to the next spool, and I don't have to worry about filament management as much. So the plan is, because the box turtle will also act like a booster, the plan is to have it basically set up with a box turtle going into a Y splitter that goes to the tool head. The other side of the Y splitter will come out to the side to a booster with a spool on the side. So that way I could throw like a 5 kilogram spool on that and feed it with, like, you know, one of these big old boys, or have multiple filaments on the box turtle for, like, oh, hey, I need to print like a big thing for a cosplay piece and it's all going to be painted anyway. So let me just finish off a bunch of partial spools of ABS in random colors kind of thing. So phenomenal cosmic powers, itty bitty. Dude, I have a lot of living space in my house. I've got more living space than I need. It's like, our house isn't that big. It's 1,100 square feet, I think. It's a raised ranch. It's nothing fancy. It's a small raised ranch. But it's just me, the wife, and the little guy. I've got all the living space. I don't have space for printers. That's my problem. Because I can't just, you know, take over the house for printers, unfortunately. I've already taken over one room inside. Well, 2 rooms. On the docs page it shows, okay, where is the docs page? Where's the UI? Oh, is this the UI right here? Oh, wow, this is the UI? So you can, like, files, status. Okay, it's pretty basic, I guess so. I don't know. Use an S1. What do you mean an S1? Oh, 100 square feet, really? Yeah. I mean, it's a raised ranch. It's 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. A kitchen and a little family room. That's the house. And then we got a basement. Why use anything beside Klipper? Because Klipper, while it is a fun firmware, and I do enjoy Klipper, don't get me wrong, Klipper does have some downsides. There are downsides to Klipper. One, I'm personally not a fan of it on commercial machines. I think there's too many security exploits that come from companies faffing about with the Klipper stack and forking it, and stock Klipper ain't bad, but once you start forking it and custom versions on custom machines, it starts to get a little bit of a headache. And there is some security things to consider with a machine that does have, you are running Linux on a machine, any 3D printer running Klipper is running a Linux SoC. Raise your hand up if you're okay with somebody coming into your house installing a Raspberry Pi with who knows what on it on your home network. I wouldn't accept that, but you're okay buying a 3D printer from random Chinese company and doing it. Now, are they all on the up and up? And so far, nobody's, you know, broken the trust. So far, so good. But what happens if, you know, one of these companies gets hacked? You know, because it's not that you have to worry about, you know, insert generic 3D printing company here. It's not that you have to worry about them. What you have to worry about is a third party getting access to their system. And then like, okay, so we're gonna just change this little thing in the back end. So the next time you pull an update, well, that update has an exploit in it. And that allows anyone to get into connect to your printer because it's now connected to the internet because it's on your home network. And now I can snoop around in your home network. Like that's kind of the problem with Klipper. It's great, I love it. But there is the potential there. I mean, look at Bamboo, where all the Bamboo machines started printing at 2 in the morning because of a bug in their system. So yeah, that's always something to consider. Also, Klipper requires a Raspberry Pi. If you're trying to make a machine for mass production and you're trying to sell a machine, adding $50 to $80 per machine for a Raspberry Pi gets expensive quick. Sometimes you just want a single board controller. You just want one board that does everything. Now, yes, I know Klipper, there are controller boards out there for Klipper machines that have an SoC built into the board, but those are custom boards that you still have to put the hardware for the SoC on there, and that costs money. It'd be a lot easier if you could just run everything on an STM32 and call it a day, right? So sometimes going the simpler route is better. Look at Prusa machines. Other than the fact that Prusa machines lack the ability to run a webcam directly because the hardware for the controller on a Prusa machine, it does not have enough power to run a camera. You can't. But other than running a camera natively, you could still upload files. You have a web UI within the Prusa slicer or the Prusa app. You could check on the printer how it's printing, check the status. If you do have a buddy camera slave to it, you can use an IP camera to get a camera on these machines. You can do that. So, and it's all real time too. The advantage with like Marlin is it's real time. Klipper runs batched commands. Klipper, basically, the SoC does a bunch of processing, sends a bunch of commands to the MCU, and the MCU carries out those commands. You can't change stuff on the fly. You can't like insert stuff on the fly. It takes it a second. It's got to clear out, it's got to go through the buffered up commands before it accepts a new command for a lot of stuff. Some stuff like e-stops and whatnot override, obviously. But that's like one of the reasons. Fun fact, you know, Voron Cascade? We tried doing Cascade CNC, or Cascade running Klipper, a modified version of Klipper that could run a CNC. I've played with it. It like running a spindle, running a spindle with a 10 volt converter and all that, machining with Klipper. It works until you have to do anything live. And then it's not working because it can't, it's Klipper. So that's why Klipper as like a CNC control software is not a good idea because it's not real time. Sometimes you need real time. The only problem with bro, Bamboo labels the crap out of everything as well. I love how people are like, oh, Prusa has Prusa on everything. Bamboo puts Bamboo on everything. Go on Maker World. Fucking half the models on that site have a bamboo logo on it as well. Guess what? My Crosstrek has Subaru logos all over it. Oh my god, this Carvera Air says Carvera on it. My Voron has Voron logos on it. It's a brand name. It is what it is. Is there a reason why I'll turn it to the Duet? I mean, for RepRap, there are the Mellow boards that run RepRap firmware. Oh my god, my Sleeman beer has Sleeman on it. I mean, the Audi logo's all over it. Oh yeah, it's all like the same company. Oh, by the way, for those wondering, I'm going to be a guest on, this is public now so I can talk about it, on June 28th at 2 p.m. I'm doing a live stream with Positron 3D and Nomad's Galaxy, charity live stream for supporting the Trevor Project. So I'm going to be taking part in this. 3D Musketeers, Steve, me, Sousaphone. Do I know them? I think I know them. Construct 3D and more. I'm taking part in this, so mark your calendars because we're doing for raising money for Trevor Project, which is a good cause. So yeah, so that is on, I believe it's a Sunday. Yeah, it's a Sunday at 2 p.m. EST. So the Venture XL Tuesday is Venture XL Tuesday now. I honestly, I asked you guys yesterday if you wanted to do work on the Venture or do a print and chill, and you guys want to do a print and chill. So we're doing a print and chill today. I wanted to work on the Venture. I want to get that thing going. So. Your Legos have Lego on them? Oh, somebody tell Lego. If you ever get a chance to check out a Lego mold, do it. They are insane. The tolerances that Lego keeps on their molds is insane. I just joined late. How do you have a whole tool changer? I mean, Prusa does it on the XL. Tool changers are surprisingly simple. It's just the G code. Move to XY position, servo. That's it. It's surprisingly simple to do a tool changer, actually. It's just motion controls. You move to here, you dock, and then you just change. It's all G code. I still need to send you my notes to keep finding things that are unfinished. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the way they did the manual. Some of the manual ain't bad, but like, put it this way, the manual for the Venture XL is like a quarter of the length of the manual for Voron V2, and it's a bigger machine. Did you get a DM about a pic of a Voron looking for comparison? I mean, I don't have a comparison. Oh, for Phoenix bed mesh? I looked in the Phoenix dev channel. I didn't see any. It's pretty flat, I think. But like all the Phoenixes have shimmed the bed. Because there's no set standard yet for the Phoenix how the beds are. I think Max went and shimmed it flat. We used to have some way to doing it manually, but I forget how we did it. Try assembling a Chinese knockoff Lego set to talk. Okay, Techmaster, I'll admit, when I visited China earlier this year, I picked up for the little guy it's not Lego, but it's Lego. When we were in Shanghai, I picked up the Chinese moon rover. They had a Lego, well, a not Lego set of it, and I picked it up for the little guy, and he built it. He built the whole thing, and it turned out pretty good. And like the pieces were actually fine. Like they work with real Lego, and he built the whole rover and everything, and it was pretty cool. So, but I bet you cheap knockoff Lego don't work that good. If you're buying Lego on AliExpress, then you're probably running into problems. I spent today trying to get a good bed mesh. You might have to try some shims. Yeah, so from my understanding, how Max does the bed on the Phoenix now, the bed is rigidly mounted and it's shimmed flat. And then you put the flex plate on. From my understanding, that's how it works. And for comparison, for those wondering what we're talking about, let me get some assistive things here. This is the bed for a Prusa Mark IV or Core 1, okay? This is the bed with a bunch of really stuck on maker coins, maker chips. XL bed, okay? So Mark IV bed, XL bed. This is the bed. So this is 360 millimeters. This is the bed for the Physek Venture XL, which is also the same size as the bed for the Phoenix. Yeah. It's just a little big. It's just a little big. It's 600 by 600. Le chunk. I still don't know if I'm going to put the machine on the ground or try and build a platform for it. I might build a platform for it now. We'll see. Just so I can make it level. Because the problem is, if I leave it on the ground, I'm in a garage. My garage has a slope to it. From that side of my garage to the garage door, it drops about 4 inches. So like, my garage is like this. There's a reason stuff rolls this way, is because my garage isn't flat. So if I put the printer on the ground, the printer won't be flat. The printer will be like this. So I might build a bench to put it on just to get it up off the ground. Also, a good tip, if you saw the Phoenix's, especially Max's at Rocky Mountain, or watch the video, he has his built on a aluminum extrusion frame that's open underneath. So if he needs to do anything under the printer, he just goes under the printer and he can do whatever he needs to underneath the printer. He doesn't have to flip the printer over. So I might do that. So I might just put it on a little a stand. And then just leave the bottom open, so if I need to like get under it to do anything. Because I'm already seeing one thing I'm going to do. Several things I'm going to steal from the Phoenix for the Venture XL is the booster, but also the big thing is the Nevermore system. So the system on the Venture is just a Nevermore on the side that just kind of sucks air in and then immediately blows it out after going through charcoal. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to plug it up. I'm going to put fans underneath the printer to suck air from under the bed and then blow it out the back like the Phoenix, so we can get some actual circulation. So, hey Steve. Like the Mercury one. I mean, yeah, my VZ bot, you don't have to flip over to do work on it. I need to start moving some stuff around. I gotta get rid of the Magneto, or at least put it into storage because I'm not using it. I gotta get rid of the stupid FL Sun S1, taking up way too much room. I need to get rid of the Saval Mini too. How was the mill set up today? Did you make any chips, or you just get it all set up? I saw you were streaming that earlier. Haven't gone through trimming yet. Is it adjustable trimming, or are you gonna have to shim stuff? Beer and tacos. Oh yeah, you had guests. It's all adjustable. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I've seen those like in the Grizzly. I think the Grizzly was the one I was looking at years ago. I was looking at getting one of those because it's like, oh hey, that will actually fit in my garage, and they make CNC upgrade kits for them. So that was something I was looking at, but I never got around to it. Because at the time, I was like, I could just drive to work, which is like 7 minutes from my house, and just use the Bridgeport at work on a Sunday. So. How do I decide? Usually my rule of thumb is if I don't use the printer, I don't keep it. Like, I'll set it up, and if I find myself just not using it, I put it away. That's usually how I do it. So like the Magneto, I just haven't been using it. So I've used the VZBot. The VZBot, I printed something on it a couple weeks ago because I needed to print something tall. So I've been using the VZBot. Printing Perry the Platypus. We are. Although we're printing them with a bunch of really old filament, and it's not printing too well. But it is what it is. The Terra, the Polyterra is really old Polyterra, and it's not extruding great. But it is what it is. And then the FL Sun S1 is just, yeah, no. I need to put up a list. I need to put up like, hey, if you're in Southern Ontario and you want a printer, we'll try and figure something out. I got to get rid of some of these printers. Normally I bring printers to Murph, but with the okay, straight up the fact that the American border guards are dicks lately, I'm not even going to try that game right now. So, like, with the amount of stupid questions I get asked just going over to attend a 3D printing event in the US now, me driving printers across the border is not something I really want to play around with, especially like a car full of printers. Yeah, like some machines I'll give to friends and family if they're like more turnkey machines. But if it's like a machine that's like finicky, I'll give it. I used to give them away at Murph. I used to go to Murph with like half dozen printers and just give them away. I did that last year. I gave away like 8 printers at Murph last year. I just like, hey, if you're part of like a team or a group or some sort of like community thing, and not just some dude who wants a free printer, and you can prove that, you get a free printer. So I gave some to like some FIRST robotics teams, some school groups and whatnot. I was, okay, here you go. But this year, with the way things are in the States, I really don't feel comfortable driving across the border with a truckload of printers. So, is there a difference between filament and granulated resin? I mean, filament is filament. I mean, at the end of the day, it's plastic. It's just, you take the pellets and you extrude it into a filament. In terms of the resin itself, yeah, there's different blends of resin. If you're making filament, you want to use a resin that's meant specifically to be used as filament. You don't want to be using like ABS meant for injection molding and turning that into filament, because you're going to get really shitty filament out of it that stinks. But it's really cheap. That's why a lot of shitty ABS sucks, because it's the wrong resin. About to go to Murph. Yeah. I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll put up something on the Discord. I know what is it? Liz and a bunch of the other Canadian makers in like Montreal area are doing a meetup, or they did a meetup today or something. Yeah. It would be easier to say if your printers were returning with you. Honestly, I did that last year when I crossed the border going to Murph. I'm like, I'm bringing a bunch of printers to donate. And they're like, what? I'm like, because they asked, like, why do you have all these printers in your car? And I'm like, I'm going to a 3D printing event and I'm donating these. And they're like, are you selling them? I'm like, no. Will you be collecting any funds for it? I'm like, no. I'm not. I'm literally going to show up there, and there's some community groups that I'm going to give them to it. And I'm not gonna, I don't need any paperwork. I'm gonna literally go take this, and that's it. And they're like, okay. But like, that was last year. This year, I ain't playing that. I ain't playing that. With the amount of questions I get asked just going to an event now, it's I don't want to roll the dice. So mold maker, how much wear does a plastic mold really get? Depends. Are you shooting ABS in a hardened H13 mold? Barely anything. Are you shooting, you know, glass-filled polypro in an aluminum prototype mold? Hey, you probably get 100 shots out of it. It really depends on the mold and the material. It really depends. Some materials, like anything, especially stuff that's glass fiber filled and whatnot, usually those molds are made out of hardened materials because that shit will eat away metal really quickly. Because remember, injection molds run all day. They run all day, thousands and thousands of shots continuously. Millions of shots, so. It's printingly. Remember, don't forget, we're going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the stream. So I'm going to do the giveaway at 11 regardless, even if the stream runs long today. But yeah, so don't forget, every stream we give away a spool of filament. So if you want to enter for your chance to win, link in the video description. We're going to be doing the draw at 11 for a spool of POLYMAKER filament. So enter for your chance now. And while you're down there, don't forget to check out all the links in the description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. Some of them, like the Gamer Subs link, use code Canuck, save some money. And then also, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or gifting memberships to others. That way you can hang out when we do members-only live streams, you get extra channels in the Discord, and also you get videos early. You try out the cheap UV? The UV one? No. I didn't get an invite for a demo unit, and I don't really need a machine like that, so I didn't buy one. I mean, I got to figure out what to do with the Maker. We got to figure out how to make a video on the Maker within the next 2 weeks. What do they do if you... I mean, it's part of a contract. They sent me a several $1,000 thing to do a video within a certain amount of time. So I have to do the video within a certain amount of time. It's one of those things that's like, yeah, they could probably try and sue or something, but they usually just blacklist you. Which you don't want to get blacklisted because companies share that info. You don't want to be breaking embargo and putting out a video to your Patreon subscribers the day before kind of thing. Follow the rules. Yeah, like, I'll be honest, this is like the first machine in a while that I actually signed a contract for. And the contract is basically, do a video within 4 weeks or something of receiving the product. I'm like, okay. So. And they're allowed to share the video. That's like it. Yeah, it makes sense on a machine like that. Cut some aluminum. I will. I'm thinking what I might do is make like a belt buckle or a maker coin or something. Something simple. Because they sent me like, I got the laser for it. I got the 4th axis for it. I got all that. But I'm thinking just do like a little fun video like, hey, Makara sent me this. I'm learning how to CNC. This is what I like about it. Let's make a maker coin out of, you know, metal or something. Because like they sent me some materials. So I do have like a plate of aluminum. I do have like some aluminum plate. I got some PCB boards. And what else? I wish I had brass. Actually, let me check. I might have brass. Oh no, I could just go buy a brass baffle. But I've got a bunch of aluminum that I'm not saying I stole it from work when I quit the shop, but I just, you know, I happened to forget a bunch of raw material in my toolbox when I left. So, yeah. So, yeah. Stick an extruder head. That would be a waste. The machine doesn't move fast enough to be worth putting a 3D printer head on it. Aluminum printer parts. That'd be fun. I mean, I've already figured out a few things I need to do for the Venture XL, so. Their CAD CAM software. That's the thing, I need to learn all that. That's what's been holding me back with machining. Is simply the fact that I don't really have CAM background at all, so I have to learn it all. So. CF drum frame. I can do that. I don't know how well this cuts carbon fiber, and I really don't want to foul up the machine with carbon fiber yet. But it should be able to do carbon fiber. I don't see why it wouldn't. Like, it's got an extraction system built into it already. It's just, I really wouldn't want to foul it up with carbon fiber. I gotta remember to buy a, along with the light, I gotta buy a vacuum. Get some billet and mill lower receiver. I don't live in America. I'm not allowed to manufacture firearms for personal use case. Plus, I already own an AR. And I only have one upper. So, and unfortunately, I can't get more. Make a super safety. I mean, my AR is pretty much a safe queen, and after seeing what happened to a bunch of the other 3D printing, pew manufacturing YouTube channels, that's a rabbit hole I ain't going down on this channel. I mean, hell, I almost got banned from streaming on this channel because I held up a Helldiver 2 prop. So we're not gonna play with that. We're not gonna play with that on this stream, as much as I would love to. Can I get billet? I mean, how? Where are you? You are in here somewhere. I gotta go through this and clean out so much. I know it's in here somewhere. Where'd you go? I missed you so. Yeah, I mean, chunks of aluminum are not that hard to come by. It's not that hard to get a chunk of 7061 aluminum or whatever it is. Federal offense. Yeah, FRT triggers are no fun zone, Canada. Joseph Pitt, $5. Cheers and appreciate it. I'm looking to build a Voron Trident. This won't be my first printer build out. Will be my first Voron. What ease of life mods do you recommend? Start with a kit. personally, I recommend the LDO kits. They're well featured and they have everything you need to build the printer. In terms of what mods are needed, in my opinion, none. I really recommend building your printer stock, especially if it's the first one you ever build, because then you can just follow the whole manual, and when you're done, you have a working printer. Start printing, have fun with it, and then if you start noticing areas that you think can be improved upon, for example, you need more flow rate, or like you need better part cooling or something, then start looking into mods. So why does the LDO kit cost more? Then what? Like, what are we comparing it to? LDO kit comes with a bunch of little extras that make the kit a little bit better. I don't have an exact list on the top of my head, but they do come with some extra goodies that make it a bit better. The Formbot kit is pretty much a pretty standard. Like it's pretty bare bones, that's why. I mean, not bare bones, but it comes like, it's a basic Voron. The LDO kit comes with a bit extra, a little bit better component quality and whatnot, from my understanding. That's just that moving. But yeah. And also, if you're going to be modding a Voron after you build it, or correction, especially if it's your first time building a Voron, it's a lot easier to seek troubleshooting on a stock machine. If you go to the Voron Discord and like, hey, I'm building a Voron and I'm having issues. By the way, it's got a quad XY gantry. It's got a box turtle on it. I've got an XOL tool head, and it's got, it's Doom Cube. So I got all the electronics up top. So everything is modified, and the help's gonna be like, what's not working? So yeah. Nero, want me to send you cash to buy the cults file for the ad? What is the Adarini? What is an Adarini? What is an Adarini? That sounds like, if you have trouble pooping, see your doctor about Adarini. What is Adarini? Yeah, this Polyterra definitely needs to be dried or something. It is. Oh, a crossbow. Oh, that's cool. I have a bunch of Nerf blasters around here. I got this guy for when the bugs come out. This is a Nerf blaster. It's 3D printed. It shoots Nerf darts. But I've got the absolute best sight in the world. If you know, you know, on it. Oh, focus on the sight. Focus on the sight. Focus on the sight. There you go. Here. This is my, if I got an annoying if I got an annoying fly in here, that's my bug zapper. Yeah, you know what I need? I needed to get a drying cabinet. Like, enough with these little, like, dryers. Like, I got the poly dryer from POLYMAKER. I got one from Creality. I've got a few little dryers. I need a drying cabinet. I want a cabinet that I could just throw, like, 10 spools in there, and it just keeps them dry. Like, I need, like, a wine fridge size dryer that I could just throw a bunch of spools in there, and it just keeps them dry. And it'll dry them. And it'll, like, if the temperature is above a certain humidity, it dries them, and it'll just keep them dry, and then I can swap them out. The problem is it needs to be, like, actively dried, so it needs to, like, keep track of the dryness level, and if it's, like, over, like, 20%, it'll dry it, so that way, when it's full of dry spools, it just sits there, and maybe runs the dryer every now and then. And then if you open the door and put in like a really wet spool, it'll dry that spool. Like, that's the problem. I don't want something big that just continuously dries and uses power. E-dry cabinet. The problem is a lot of them are expensive. Like, I mean, oh, this is great. This is great. Yeah, let's get that. Let's, yeah. Products. Like, the site isn't even loading that. There you go, for filament. I mean, the fact that I'm not seeing any prices on the site. Usually, like, I know like the one from Luke's lab is a couple grand. They're not cheap. I mean, usually what I do, like, no joke, like, this is what I do. Here, let me show you my normal drying setup when I need to dry a bunch of stuff. Okay, let me get this out of here 1 second. Okay, come on, come on. Are you plugged in? You're plugged in. Come on. Ready for the ultimate filament dryer? It's this. This is my filament dryer. Okay, are you ready? Make some room here. This is a Sultan Vita Pro. Okay. So what I do is it comes with all these little rings. You cut out the rings, and then you can put your filament in there. And then you do that. But then you're like, wait a minute. I need to dry a plethora of spools. Oh no, the lid, she do not fit. What do I do? Well, I'm glad you asked, kiddies, because it's almost like, you know, you go down to the Home Depot and you put a bucket on it. Behold, the cheapest multi-dryer filament dryer you can get. Go buy one of these at a Value Village and get a Home Depot bucket. Done. That's all you got to do. Like, literally, it fits perfectly in the rings. There you go. And you can just stack spools up to there and just leave it on all day. The only downside with this is it only works with regular size spools. So I think these ones is too, oh, this one fits, yeah. So I can do the Polylite ABS spools, but I can't do the bigger spools, like the spools that came with my Pantheon. So I think these are 2 kilogram. No, that's 3 kilogram. But the Pantheon spools are also 3 kilogram, but they don't fit. They barely don't fit, and the Home Depot bucket doesn't fit over top. So that's my problem. So the Polylite spools fit with the Home Depot mod. But yeah. So that's my go-to filament drying solution, is literally that. But it only really works with filaments that, like, PLAs and ABSs and whatnot. It doesn't work that great with, like, nylons, stuff that you need higher temperatures for, and especially like Ultim or PEC. I have some PEC that I haven't been able to use because it's just waterlogged. So yeah, that, I think you can set the temperature up to 70 Celsius, I think. Yeah, it goes up to 70 Celsius. So, I mean, what I could do is cut a hole in the Home Depot bucket and put one of the POLYMAKER dryers on top. Imagine the size of an injection molding machine for a bucket. About as big as the bucket, about 6 inches wider on each side, and about another 6 inches on the top and bottom. It's not that big. I built bucket molds. I built, honestly, you know how many automotive and hampers. I've done hamper molds. Hamper molds are a pain in the ass because it's all walls and they all want to blow in, right? When under injection molding pressure, so they all want to flex. So you have all these little holes that need to seal for like all the ribs in, you know, a hamper, it's got ribs in it, and like usually a pattern in all these holes. Yeah, those all have to seal perfectly. And when you fill it with plastic under several thousand tons per square inch of pressure, they all want to blow open. So you have to shim the crap out of them. They're annoying. Fuck hamper molds. Hate working on hamper molds. Hey Benoit, guess what you're doing tonight? You're cutting shim for 8 hours straight because you need to shim up all 100 something areas of this mold with freaking 58 thou shim. Here's 10 thou shim and 4 thou shim. Make it happen. You sit there all night with tin snips making shim. I hate hamper molds. The die weighs 6 tons and had 300 injector pins. That's nothing. We did automotive. The molds for like, what, the Model X or the Model 3 mold was like 80,000 pounds. The biggest mold I've personally ever built was 120,000 pounds. It was so big, like the crane that we had in our shop for like the biggest crane we had in our shop had a weight limit of 110,000 pounds. So when we built the mold, we couldn't close, or we closed it in the shop, but we couldn't ship it closed. Like we couldn't do anything with it closed other than just close it. So we had to close it to make sure everything worked. And then we had to ship it in 2 halves to a tryout facility in town that actually had a crane that could pick up the entire mold at once and put it in a press. Because we didn't even have a press big enough for it. But yeah, the biggest mold I built is around 120,000 pounds. So. How much is a car bumper mold? Fascia mold, it depends. It depends a lot on the car and the geometry. I've seen them as low as like 40,000 pounds for like a rear diffuser mold, up to usually most fascia molds for cars are around the 80,000 pound mark, plus or minus about 20,000 pounds. So it really depends. It really depends on the geometry. And they run about $1 million. You do car molds? I used to. I used to work for a mold shop. So if you're wondering what my background is, before I got into 3D printing, YouTubing, I was a mold maker by trade. I'm a skilled trade mold maker. That's my ticket, my skilled trades. That's why I have like, you know, a freaking several $100 NSK die grinder and a bunch of other random tools in my toolbox here. I did mold making for years. Granted, I was a guy I didn't design the molds. I wasn't an engineer. I was a guy on the floor who put the mold together, took it apart, spotting, sizing, fitting, repairs, that sort of thing. We are doing the giveaway in 7 minutes, by the way. If you haven't entered for your chance to win some POLYMAKER filament, link in the video description, enter for your chance. Do this now! How's this coming along? 57%. I dare say the Prusa that I built, the core one that I built, it might be a better printer than the other Prusa. It's hard to say. I mean, they both print great. But one prints greater. Print percentage? The Core 1 one is 57%. This one is 61%. So. Kit cars. Yeah, nobody does kit cars anymore. I don't think, you know what the thing is? A lot of that market, it's the same market as like Harley Davidson. It's a boomer market, and a lot of the boomers are aging out, and they didn't really adapt to trying to get the younger people in. It's like the same problem Harley Davidson has. Go watch the Fort 9. It's a motorcycle YouTube channel. I don't own a motorcycle, but I love that YouTube channel. They did a pretty good video explaining why Harley is dying. And it's because they tied their entire image and branding to boomers and what boomers like. And the problem is they alienated all the younger generation. So now that the boomers are getting old and retiring and they can't afford to ride bikes, or they just physically can't anymore because they're falling apart or they're dead, they don't have an audience anymore. I think kit cars kind of have the same problem, because it's like, nobody my age wants to build an AC Cobra kit. It's not a thing. Like, it's not. So, Japanese sports bike, yeah, like, I'll be honest, I would take a K truck over like a kit car any day. I would love to have a K truck to mess around with. Get myself like a Honda Acti or something, or a Subaru Sandbar, and just faff around with that. That would be fun. Somebody win the lottery and like donate $1 million to the channel so I can rent out an actual like studio and buy a car to do 3D printed projects with. Kid electric car, no chance of dying doing that, right? I mean, as long as you wire it up right. I'm 37 and I like boomer things. I mean, technically we're like millennial boomers now. Back in my day, we had to do dial-up to get on the internet. Model trains. That's because autism is still a thing. That's why. It's funny because it's like, you know, you have like the people, you know, RFK and whatnot. Oh, autism wasn't a thing, you know, when I was a kid. It's like, yeah, but you had that uncle who really liked model trains, right? Yeah, like no, it's been around. It's just diagnosed properly now. It's, you know, during the Middle Ages, they used to like force kids that, not even up till relatively recently, they used to force kids to not use their left hand. If you were left-handed, they would force you to learn right-handed. And then all of a sudden they made, you know, it fine to be a left-handed, and like the rates of left-handedness skyrocketed. It's like, no, they didn't. They just became known. So. Amazon large dehydrator under 500. You did. Let me check. That's what we got here. Okay, so here's the thing. Amazon Canada is what I need. Wine fridge dehydrator. Ooh. $1,500 watt. So the problem is how much, oh my God, I don't want to know the power, like how much this thing would cost to run continuously. 90C. That's actually not bad. Yeah. $469 plus $447 shipping to Canada. Yay. To my mom in school, tied her left hand. Yeah, it's like people freaking out because it's like, oh my God, there's so many people, you know, with, you know, that are homosexual now. It's like, no, the same amount. It just, you know about them now. It's just, we know about stuff now. People don't hide it. But yeah, it's funny, like you go to the mall and every now and then the mall has like hobby day or whatever, so you have like the RC plane guys are there, and then they have a whole section with the RC, like the trains, and they have a whole setup with the model trains, and you just see all these old guys that are all just staring at the trains go around. I'm like, oh yeah, autism is totally wasn't a thing back then. Like, okay. And then I'm sitting there looking at the trains. It's like, shit, learn something new. I wouldn't lie if I say I've toyed with the idea of getting into model trains. Yes, we're printing a multicolor platypus because I needed something with 3 colors, and we found a platypus model, and we decided to go with Perry the Platypus colors. Okay, let's do this giveaway. I'll give you like 1 minute to enter if you completely forgot to enter, but we're going to enter in a minute here. Trains in the tracks. I know some people on the Voron Discord that use resin printers to print the trains. So it's something I might get the little guy into because I got a feeling he would do well with model trains. I need to figure out a hobby for him in a bit to try and keep him busy. Summer's coming. And 10 motors and gearboxes. Okay, well, time to get into model trains. All the landscaping. I think I still have some of my stuff from when I used to do Warhammer. So I used to make Warhammer like scenery too, along with printing models or painting models. 3D printing wasn't as good in 2010. Games Workshop lawyers weren't that busy yet. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. And remember, if you don't win the filament today, you will have another chance on Tuesday, or I can guarantee you can get some filament today. If you click on the link in the description, it's an affiliate link, and just buy some. I mean, you're guaranteed to get filament then. What's better than guaranteed, right? I guarantee. Oh, paints are expensive. I mean, half the reason I wish I still had all my 40K stuff was the paints. Polymaker reference link for you. I have a generic Polymaker affiliate. You could just change the region if you need to. So just click the link and then just change the region. Get expensive. Oh, I know. I had Citadel paints. I had Citadel paints. Yeah, I used to be into Warhammer. I had like a 3,000 point Imperial Guard army. Mostly mechanized with Valkyries, and basically I did like a bit of squishy infantry for support, and then heavy artillery and tanks for main battle. But shoot, how many people do we have? 232. But I used to do it a bunch back when I was in college. And then what happened was I went away for the summer. I did like an army tasking, so I was gone for like 3 months. And when I came back, my local game store that I used to play at was a game. We had a Games Workshop in town. I used to play there. They closed. And unfortunately, there was like, I talked to a few of the people I played with, and they're like, yeah, you know, we do some pickup games at these places, but they don't have like a regular schedule. Because I played, because it was like every Thursday night I would go to the Games Workshop and we would play a game. And that's what I did, right? Because I had, you know, I was in college, so after college on Thursdays, I would go play a game. And unfortunately, like once it became a pain in the butt to go play games, within like a couple months, I stopped playing. So it kind of sucked, because I didn't have like any, like, all my friends that I played Warhammer with were just friends that I played Warhammer with. None of my friends, the only friends that I had that played Warhammer were friends that I played Warhammer with. My other friends didn't play Warhammer. So it basically killed the hobby for me. Okay, I'm gonna pick a random ball here. And if you win, you get a free hat. Incendium 87. If you win, you get a free hat. Anyone else who wins, you just get the spool of filament. But if Incendium wins, he also gets a free hat. Exclamation mark zoom zoom makes your ball go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. And if you like the smash button, ring the bell, and are subscribed to the channel, it actually makes your ball go even faster. So. Have I ever done? Nope, we've been doing the win a free hat thing for like a year, and nobody has won the hat yet. I mean, you can just go buy a hat off my merch store. Link in the description. I need to get some new merch. My merch is starting to get pretty old. I need to get some new stuff. Who's in the lead? Alex Brown is in the lead. Alex Brown was in the lead. Oh, back in the lead. It's Shai Halud. Also, don't go crazy with spamming because it is a joke. I mean, spam the chat, but don't spam it that much. Ooh, 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 ooh. Gotta be getting close to the end. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, we still got a while. Workbench mat, like the micron ones. That'd be kind of cool. A work mat would be kind of cool. The problem is it would have to be a cutting mat. Like, I have like a Gamer Subs mat here. I've got a few, like, it would have to be like a mat like this. And I don't know if anyone makes cutting mats like that. Custom cutting mats. Because it would have to be something. Oh, Da Vinci, you might have it. You might, nope, sorry, Da Vinci. Okay, let's see if anyone snipes it. Oh! Rob Mora with the snipe. Rob Moore with the snipe. What is the contest app? I use Google Docs for you entering, and then this is called Marbles on stream. It's supposed to be used for Twitch because Twitch integrates with this, so you can do like !enter. But because it doesn't work with YouTube streaming, I have to have you basically enter a Google Doc, I copy paste your name, and then I add you to the thing. So that's how it works. Also, that way you can enter at any point during the stream. You don't have to enter when I do the draw. Because, you know, while it is proven that it is actually better to only do giveaways for people that attend the stream, because it literally forces more people to keep the stream open for their chance to win, and it boosts your number. I don't like doing that because it's artificial. I really don't care about artificially inflated numbers. I'm not a bigger number, better person type person. I can judge if a stream is doing good or not without needing to look at my viewer numbers. So having a bunch of people AFKing in chat doesn't really do anything for me other than bigger number, better person, which I don't care about. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's just easier that way. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to this printing and let's fill this form out. I'm gonna do some paperwork while that's giving away because Rob's gonna get some filament. Yeah, I used to use Wheel of Names, and then I started using marbles because it's, you know, it's fun. It's marbles. Mod mats. If you know any merch store that does mod mats very like cheaply, and the problem is too, I have to get somebody to design a mod mat. I'd have to get an artist to actually design something. And I can't use Voron stuff because yes, I'm on the Voron team, but I would want it to be my own thing. So yeah, I have a 1911 mat somewhere, but it's like a mouse pad essentially. It's like the same material as a mouse pad. Oh, there we go. Okay, Rob, you should get your email now. Found better ones on Amazon Canada and put them in Discord for I was looking at them myself. Okay, let me take a look here. Let's see, what do we got here? Amazon Canada. Let's take a look here. So we've got the Bovin food dehydrator. So 95 to 194 Fahrenheit. So what is that in proper units? That doesn't look that big though. How big is that? 12 inches by 21 inches. So it's this tall, by this wide. So this wide by about that tall. That's not that big, and it's only 12 inches deep. So you're only fitting like regular size spools. That's not as big as you think, I think. This one looks, yeah. They're not that big. Yeah, these don't look, they're not that big, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, it's only 12 inches, 12 by 12 inch. I mean, you could fit these. Like, I'm talking something that's like the size of a mini fridge. Or a half fridge. Room for a dedicated mouse pad. Have you seen my keyboard setup? Keyboard, Stream Deck. I've got room for a mouse. Whee. And yes, it's a Gamer Subs one with a waifu. Because they sent it to me. The one that's not good for camera is in the computer room. The Denise one is not... Well, technically it's safe for work. But it doesn't leave much for the imagination. Use a growing tent and a heating mat. Boom. The problem is, like, right now in my garage, for example, it's 46% humidity in my garage right now. So in my garage right now, because it's summer, in the winter, it's not bad. In the winter, it's like 15% humidity. It's like bone dry out here. But now that it's summer, my garage is 47 Celsius. That's why I've moved all my PLA and PET-G inside. All my unenclosed printers are inside the house now. All my printers are in my garage are enclosed for a reason. This guy's going inside. So, plywood and cheap lit. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to build a filament dryer. It's the heating element. I would want something that I could like leave continuously on, but it only dries when it needs to dry. So. What I need to do is wait for a company to come out with a big one and see if they'll send it to me. That's what I need to do. I need to lean on the, as a YouTuber. By the way, Perry the Platypus is almost done. He's at like 97%. So whenever this guy finishes, we'll end it up. And to airco, I can't, this is a garage. I can't connect anything to the inside of the house via aircon. It's illegal. This is a garage. I cannot have holes in the wall that connect to the house. It's illegal. The Pantheon dryer they had. Oh yeah, it's not cheap though, but it's nice. Who doesn't want exhaust fumes? Yep, that's the exact reason. I mean, like, I put a hole in my wall so I have Ethernet going to my house, but literally it is a conduit to a box with a gasket. So even the conduit, like, and it's all sealed up at the hole. So I drilled a hole through the wall. I ran conduit from inside my house along the wall up to a box with an Ethernet jack on it. And it's all gasket and sealed. So even then, I still have a vapor barrier to my house. Because one, bugs. I don't want bugs in my house. Two, you know, there ain't no way in hell I'm fitting a car in here. So the odds of me closing the garage with a car in here and carbon monoxiding myself, it ain't happening. I still have it. I'm still following building code because it's building code. Disused Warhammer frame with insulated panels and a heater inside as a dryer. I mean, you can do that. It's just, what heater do you use? Can you guarantee it's safe? Like, a big part of it is I don't want to do anything that is a fire hazard, because last thing I want is a fire. Because if something happens and, you know, insurance company comes out and be like, what the hell is this? We're going to deny the claim. That's a bad day. Or, you know, worse, somebody gets hurt. Okay, hey, look. Perry the Platypus is done. Say hello to Perry the Platypus. So first layer is a little off. So let's save config. I mean, everything seems pretty bound together. I mean, this filament kind of sucks. You can see all the filament, yeah, this filament is ancient. This is like whenever Polyterra first came out, they sent me this spool and it has been opened in my garage since then. So this is like a 3-year-old spool of Polyterra PLA that is waterlogged to hell. The orange came out good. So considering the orange came out good, I'm assuming most of the defects you're seeing are filament related and not printer related. But there you go. And there you go, Perry the Platypus. You know what this is? I give this to the little guy, and then I never see this print again. That's probably what'll happen. Waterlogged it with string. I'll be honest, this spool of Polyterra, I keep using it every now and then because it's the only like teal blue I have. But every time I use it, it prints Garbo. I think it's just a really bad, I just think it's a bad spool of filament. Either it's not within spec or it's just bad. I've had issues with it since the day I got it. It's always done this on every printer I printed on. It under extrudes like this. I think it's just printing too fast. I think I need to print it slower because it's Polyterra. So it's like that matte finish. So I printed it hot enough. I think I just printed it too fast because it's like stringy. Like you could tell it under extruded in corners. So it's character. I mean, it's not a bad print. Like the print is functionally a good print. It just, you know, got all these wonderful defects in the corners. So cool. Also, for those wondering, how much filament I wasted with the prime tower. So this is why tool changers are great. This print weighs 44 grams. The wastage is 2 grams. Correction, 3 grams. So this prime tower is 3 grams of filament. The skirt isn't even enough for a gram. So yeah, so 44 grams, 3 grams. For those that are wondering, where did I put the benchy? Where did I put that multicolored benchy? Oh, here it is. We also did a 3-color benchy. The 3-color benchy weighs 12 grams. The prime tower for the 3-color benchy, okay, that weighs about 15 grams. But this would always be 15 grams for any 3-colored model this size. So they're mostly empty. The prime towers are mostly empty, and it depends on how many filament changes per layer you do as well. Because prime towers are based on filament changes per layer, not model size. And if it was a bamboo, I'd still be finding poop everywhere. Yeah, it's a lot different than a purge. It's a prime block. Prime is just to ensure that the nozzle is flowing filament before it goes to print. On a larger model, oh yeah, I have one over here. So, like here, let me grab the bender here. Yeah. So like, for example, this bender here, this guy was printed on the Prusa XL. Was this XL? Yeah, this was an XL. So this was printed on the Prusa XL, and this has no prime tower because I primed to infill. Because the model was big enough, I just told it to not do a prime tower and do infill before outer walls. So it did the infill before the walls. So the little bit that it under extruded was an infill, who cares? So yeah, this guy had no prime tower. So no prime, no purge. And then same with this guy. I did a bunch of these little wubby duckies. Same thing on the XL, no prime. You just prime to infill. Purge to infill is different. Purge to infill is a bit harder because there's so much material that you're trying to purge to infill, that if you're trying to purge to infill with like a small model like this, there might not physically be enough space in the model, especially if it's like 2 or 3 colors per layer. There might not physically be enough room in the model to purge. Plus also, it doesn't matter where you purge. Purge to infill, purge to prime, it's still waste. It's just now the waste is in the model versus the waste is in the garbage. The waste is still waste. So purging to infill, in my opinion, is basically, it doesn't matter. It doesn't solve any problem. It still wastes filament. It's just, you save a little bit because now the infill is purge instead of, you know, just clean infill. But the infill was never the most of the model. You're saving like a fraction of the filament you'd normally be wasting by purging to infill. So, yeah. Okay. Are we gonna call it there? We're gonna call it there because, yeah. Speaking of, somebody recommend me an anime. For some reason, I've been binging. I have Crunchyroll. I got Crunchyroll a while ago to watch like free run with the wife, and like, I'm going through like an anime gremlin phase again. It's been a couple years since I've done that. So somebody recommend me something to watch, and not something stupid, cheesy isekai shit. I can't stand isekai. Don't give me Battle. Dude, I've read the Battle Angel manga. I've read all of Battle Angel. It's been a while, but I read all of, not Solo Leveling. I can't stand that genre. I'm thinking Dan. I've heard good things of Dan. I finished watching the new season of Spice and Wolf. That shit's comfy as shit. I love comfy anime. So, Attack on Titan. They finally finished it, so I might watch it. I watched the first season of Attack on Titan, and then it took like 20 years for the rest of it to come out. One Punch Man. I watched the first season of One Punch Man. I heard the second season sucked. Akira? You mean Akira? I mean, if you're talking about Akira, I've seen Akira. I've seen Cowboy Bebop. I've seen all like the big ones like we all watched. Kaiju number 8. I think that's on, I've seen that on Crunchyroll. I haven't watched that. Okay, maybe, yeah, I think Dan's on the list. Ghost in the Shell series. The new one, because I watched Standalone Complex back in the day. And the show. Berserk? No. I've heard Berserk is... The anime, or the manga is like a Bible. It's freaking huge. And I don't think most of the... I remember watching one of the anime versions of it back in the day. Vampire... I don't think I ever watched Vampire Hunter D. I might watch Vampire Hunter D. And Apothecary Diaries are excellent. Freerun is awesome. If you haven't watched Freerun, go watch Freerun. It's awesome. Redline. I've seen Redline. I have watched anime in the past. It just, I'm kind of going through a phase again where I haven't watched it, like I haven't really binged anything new in a while. So I watched Freerun. Space Dandy. Check out Space Dandy. What was the one I watched? I just went on like some totally legit site and downloaded some stuff. How's a mini printed motorbike going? It's on pause because I might, 2 reasons. 1, I saw what Pantheon was doing and I might do a Pantheon bike instead, which is fully 3D printed. 2, I might turn it into a go-kart. We'll see. Maybe. The OG Dude, the rebuild of Evangelion, Shinji finally stopped being a bitch. Yes! Yes! Shinji, my man! He finally got a girl! It's funny because the original Evangelion was made when, what's his name? Hideki Anno? What's his name? The creator of the series. He was super depressed. So the ending's all super depressed. And now he's married. So the ending, and he's all happy now in life. He got to direct Godzilla. You got to make a Godzilla movie. Like, if you're Japanese, I guess making Godzilla movie is like you get to make a Godzilla. You can't get better in life than that. So now, like, the ending of, he's like, yeah, no, we're gonna remake Evangelion. Only Shinji's gonna get like a big boobed wife. Yeah, go Shinji. Go Shinji. Get in the goddamn robot, Shinji. I just remember watching the rebuilds, the second one, when it's like, when Asuka gets all captured or whatever, Rei gets eaten, and Asuka's all messed up. And like in the original, he like gets all whiny. And then this one, he's like, no, he like turns on. It's like, oh shit, switched on, locked in. Blade Runner anime. Okay. I want to watch Gundam, but I don't know where to start. I watched one Gundam series. I can't remember which one. I think it was 8th MS Squad. They were like in a jungle and it was more like squad-based stuff. I think I remember watching that one, but I don't know where to get into it. I've watched Robotech, like the original Robotech series. I've watched the original Robotech. I know the problem is with Gundam, there's like 20 different versions of Gundam. And like some of them are in the same universe and some of them aren't. And some of them you can watch on their own, but some you need to watch other stuff first. And I'm not going to go watch the original Gundam. I might, but like, I don't know. Yeah, the Gundam Thailand is a Gordian knot. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, I want to watch Gundam, but I don't know where to start. And no, I'm not watching One Piece. Hell no. You pull up One Piece on Crunchyroll, it's like 1,300 episodes, and you're like, nope. Robotech is the best worst. I mean, it's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. Like 80s anime, 80s, 90s anime is a vibe. It's like, shit, what was the one? What was the one that's like a, I remember when Netflix was first, like I used to watch, okay, as a kid, I watched Evangelion on bootleg VHS. I had a friend who lent me their bootleg VHS copies of Evangelion. That's how I watched it the first time in the 90s, okay? And then when Netflix came out, and then there was like a few ones that I watched on YouTube in 10-minute, like back when YouTube was 10 minutes only, and you'd watch like part one of 3. I watched a few series then. I can't remember which one it was. And then Netflix came out digital, where you can like watch it digitally on Netflix. And there was a few of them on Netflix, and that's like when I first started watching. What was the one that looked like an Evanescence? Like it literally, like the art for it looked like, the main girl looked like she was from Evanescence. Evanescence anime look alike. This one. What was this one? Ergo Proxy. That's what it is. Ergo Proxy. That one. Yeah, I remember watching that one on Netflix. And yes, I've seen Cowboy Bebop. Everyone's seen Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, literally, she's the girl from Evanescence. Dude, I need to watch Delicious in Dungeon. I might watch that with the wife, because we watched Free Rin. That was really good. I watched Spice and Wolf on my own. She'll probably like that one, so I'll tell her to watch Spice and Wolf. That shit's comfy. I am down for comfy anime. Was it Dragon Maid? I'm not ashamed to admit, I fucking love Dragon Maid. That shit's comfy as shit. I'm totally down for comfy anime. Yeah, Delicious in the thing is, that's on Netflix though. I don't have Netflix. Steve, you have not seen Cowboy Bebop? Watch Cowboy Bebop. It's okay to watch the dub. The dub is fine on Cowboy Bebop. Campfire Cooking in Another World is dumb. I didn't watch Campfire Cooking, but I did watch the one where it's a camping anime. It's like a camp, a bunch of like, I don't know, it's anime, so it's fine to say it, but it's like a bunch of high school girls, they camp. They just camp. It's just a comfy camping one. I can't remember what it's called, but I watched that a while ago. Dr. Stone. I watched a clip from Dr. Stone. I don't know if I like the vibe. I don't know if I like the vibe of Dr. Stone. Like, I watched a clip from it and I was like, eh. And then what was the other? Noah's or Eureka something? Eureka something. I watched that. That has a mech in it. Eureka something. I watched that one. Gargantua, the Verdant Plain. I remember watching that one. That one I watched a little while ago. Didn't like Dr. Stone. I'm not a fan of anime where like the main character is like just a super smart and like everyone is dumb. It's like, well, actually, like as long as it's not like Steins Gate. Steins Gate's awesome. Steins Gate's awesome. I've watched Steins Gate. I've seen most of the Ghibli movies. Everyone has seen most of the Ghibli movies. It's Fisher Price, my first anime. The problem is, like, honestly, my biggest problem with a lot of the anime I watch is the endings. I don't know. Apparently it is a thing where it's just like, they don't like ending stuff. They don't, it just kind of ends. There's no like, hey, we beat the bad guy. Okay, let's have, you know, a freaking, like, what happens after? No, it just ends. You don't get like closure. So many animes end with no closure. It is so bloody annoying. Most get canceled. Dude, okay. I watched Gantz. and I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then it just kind of ends and I'm like, oh, hey. And then it's like, I read the manga for Gantz, all of it. And I'm like, holy shit, there was so much missing. What the hell is going on anymore? I don't even know. It starts with this and then it ended like this. And I like, how do we get from A to B? I don't know. It's insane though. Star Trek or Transformers, oh geez. I watched the original Transformers when I was a kid. I grew up, I was born in the late 80s, so early 90s Transformers was still on TV, so I watched the original Transformers, yeah. Oh no, I dropped my platypus. And yeah, we're totally in Nero After Dark hours right now. Mashi? What is Mashi? Samurai X? Not all anime is cringe. No, there's some good anime out there. Don't get me wrong. There's some, like, honestly, if you want like good go watch Free-Run. Shit got snubbed, by the way, at the awards. But literally, you want a decent anime that like is a modern anime, is actually really good. Seriously, watch Free-Run. Oh, the animated series of Star Trek. What vibe am I? Something like, I'm a fan of world building and like actual like character development. That's my problem. I like character development. And like decent character development. Like there's a reason I don't like isekais. Mashy, Swole Bro goes to a Nazi Hogwarts and punches so hard people think it's magic. Reincarnated as a slime. I've heard good things about that one. Have I watched Venture Brothers? I watched it occasionally when it was on, when I watched it on TV. Like I watched that back when it was on TV. Take care, Nico. Messed up Japanese stuff like Tetsuo. Which one is Tetsuo? I mean, if I can read all of Gantz and how fucked up that is, and I think it's pretty good, I'm sure I could deal with some of the weirder stuff. 90s movie Planets is more American anime. Oh, speaking of planets, Planetays. I watched Planetays. That shit's good. Like more hard sci-fi, but Planetays was really good. Missed the giveaway. Yeah, we did the giveaway already. The Impossible Captain Taylor. Never heard of that one. I've watched some of the old stuff. I've watched, I think I remember watching, I'm pretty sure I watched Bubblegum Crisis, like the original one. I've watched some of the old stuff. Guy turning into metal. Oh. Space Cobra. Space Cobra! What's the one where the guy's in space and he has like a revolver? Not Trigun. He's like, shoot, what's the other? There's like a cat girl in it. That doesn't narrow down anime much, but there's a cat girl in it. She's like a space alien cat girl. I'm trying to remember. I remember watching that one on Netflix years ago. Yeah, maybe I'll just go watch the Outlaw Star. I remember watching Outlaw Star. I'm just hoping that they actually, this time around, because I remember I watched Spice and Wolf when they did the original run of the anime, and now they remade it, and they got approved for a second season, so they might actually complete the whole series. So I'm hoping they do that. Watch a lot of anime. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It's nice watching because it's like you get a series and it's like 12 episodes and you can binge it in like a couple hours. Because it's like, it's 23 minutes per episode. 3 minutes of it is the intro and 3 minutes of it is the outro. So you actually can get through it in a decent amount of time. Just I should probably sit down and finish. Like, I watched the first season of Attack on Titan, and then I never watched anything after because it just took forever. And this was after Game of Thrones fucked me over. I refuse to watch shows like any big show until it's over. So when it took so long for the second season of Attack on Titan to come out, I was like, you know what? I'll wait for the whole thing to be over to watch it, and now I just need to actually sit down and watch it. So, but now it's finally over. Although I heard the ending was kind of but it's about the journey, not the destination. Also, it's an anime. All anime's endings suck. Very few end like satisfying. Komi Can't Communicate is a good mellow vibe. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that one. And then Nagatoro was the other one. And that one ended, so it's over. So. I hate getting into something that doesn't have an end, or at least a satisfying end. Door. See, this is the thing, there's like so many out there because they put out like a ton of them every year, and it's like only a couple of them are very Wait, everyone stop the chat. Traveler has just said I'm boring and unsubscribed. Traveler, everyone, can everyone let Traveler in chat know that this is not an airport and there is no need to announce your departure. Also, we are like almost 4 hours into a live stream on a Saturday night. You don't have to watch the entire stream. If we're doing boring stuff, you can just leave and come back. Like you don't if you don't like it, you just turn it off. You don't have to watch every stream and like, oh my god, he's not building printers anymore. I'm out of here. It's like, okay, just turn the stream off and then come back if there's something else you like. But anyways, goodbye. Everyone, bye. Wave. Bye. John Wick 4? No, I've only seen the first John Wick. I've only seen the first John Wick. I'm past the second season, but the series seems to get worse the more you think about it. Yeah. Come here for the community. I come here for the community as well. Look at the little platypus. Look at this little platypus. Look at the platypus. The After Hours Chaos. It's been a while since we've done a late night Saturday night stream. It's been a while. But I think we are going to end it there because I am actually kind of tired. And I got to cut the grass in the morning. Ugh. John Wick is lame. The first one was pretty good. I think the first one was good, and then they tried to make a universe out of something that didn't need to have a universe made out of it. Sometimes less is more, And once you start filling all the holes, it just kind of, it loses the magic. And I think that's what happened to John Wick. I think that's what happened to the John Wick series. When it was just kind of hinted at and teased at, you're like, ooh, what's going on? Oh, there's this whole society in the background. But now it's like, oh no, this is how you file your taxes in the assassin community with your gold coins and what. And it's like, no, I don't want to know that. No. Okay. Yeah, we're calling it there. I'm gonna end the night. We did the giveaway. Oh wait, you are Nero 3D. Did the channel named it? Like last year. The channel, okay, Nero 3D is still me. That's my online name, but the channel is Canuck Creator. I changed it because I like the branding more of Canuck Creator. It's just, Nero 3D was just my online name that I happened to become a YouTuber while that was my YouTube name. So I didn't like it as the channel name, so I changed it last year. It's been like over a year since we changed it. Apothecary Diaries, Slime, and Dr. Stone. Okay, I'll watch one of those if I remember. Or I'll just watch Dan to Dan. Anyways, calling it there. I'm going to bed. Shout out to ProForge for sending over this kit that we used for the build today. This will be moving downstairs, so you probably won't see it for a little bit. Tuesday, we'll continue on with the Venture XL, the big guy build. And yeah, we'll move from there. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. And I will see you in the future. Good night.